All right, we are back live again. Today we're going to be taking a look at the Anbernic RG Slide once more. Today is going to be just a game showcase, answer any remaining questions ahead of the launch tonight, which will be at 3 a.m. Pacific time, June 20th here, or 6 a.m. Eastern, and this launches for $180 USD, $10 off for the first, I think, 72 hours. Yeah, and it's going to be $190 or $189.99 anyways after that. So many wanted this to be, around $160, $170, so it's a little price just a tad bit higher than we would have preferred here. But still under 200, which is really nice to see. Now, this is one that has gotten mixed reactions from the community, mixed reactions from reviewers. We had The Fox and TechDweeb who really love this, whereas Rob and I and Russ from Retro Gamecore were like, well, it's a cool idea. Maybe it's a little big. Maybe it's a little underpowered for the chipset, but the price for what you're getting here is pretty cool. And the slide mechanism, I mean, they just nailed it for what your classic PSP Go or Xperia Play would have had. So they really nailed that, and you do have some added weight in the top there. But it's nice to see, you do your two dual joysticks, the same from the RG557. I have two joystick caps on there, and face buttons feel good, D-pad feels good. I've been testing this for, I don't know, has it been 2 weeks? Maybe it's been about 2 weeks now. Just playing this every day and really enjoying my time with it overall. There's certain environments where it's not ideal. Playing in bed is not ideal for me because of that top-heavy weight. Playing sitting up, like on the couch and around, anytime sitting up, feels pretty good. And today I want to really showcase PSP games, PS2, PS Vita, and maybe a few Android games. And also, if you are new here, before we get started, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, all the things us YouTubers ask here, and we're going to dive in. So if you have any remaining questions about this that we didn't answer in our first live stream, which I will link below in the description after, check that out. It's a big, in-depth first impressions, but yeah, we'll focus just on the gameplay today for the most part. And let's get rocking and rolling. How's everybody doing today? I know many of us have today off for Juneteenth, and that's really good. So I hope support your local Black-owned businesses, and I'm glad you're here with us on YouTube. Now, Zoo live streamed earlier today for Dragon Warrior over on Twitch. We do have a Twitch, believe it or not, so check that out as well. We're going to be streaming there a bit more, it sounds like. All right, we got a live chat here. How we sounding today? Right now, it is just me, but sorry, frog in my throat. We will have Rob the Retro Tech Dad join us shortly, and Andrew from our team. No producer Sony, so we're rocking this one solo. And let's see, what should we start with? Hey, live chat, how you doing? We got Zoo in here. Like, subscribe, and all that jazz. Showcase BFI and RetroArch. Yeah, we could do that. So we were rocking that on our last stream as well, trying some Game Boy Advance and some, what was it? I think some NES. But the black frame insertion is pretty cool to see. Test the RG Slide on a swing. Now, I haven't taken the RG Slide down the slide yet. I'll leave that to TechDweeb. $250 for that. It's not that expensive. Yeah, so this is, it's actually $179.99 first 72 hours, and then $190 or $189.99 after. Ariel, I don't even plan on buying this, but I enjoy the live streams. Yeah, I'm glad you enjoy the live streams. Thanks for hanging out here. Retro Fun Tech, you're awesome. No, you're awesome. Hey, Michael. Hey, Pride Tunes. Geo, how do the controls feel? Yeah, so we can do a quick kind of just recap if this is the first time seeing the slide. So this is the white model. There's also a black model. Actually, I like the black version better. I think it looks just a little bit more, I don't know, iconic. But, this is very clean, and the controls feel really good. You have the D-pad that's actually the same one from their recent new 35XX Pro, also the same one we've seen on a lot of their different models, 40XXV, probably, God, I want to say one of the, not one of the RG cubes, but anyways, this is a D-pad they've been using lately, and it's really nice mushy rubber membranes, feels very good. Face buttons as well, man. Anbernic just rocks it out of the park as far as face buttons and D-pads go. Really, really nice, really nice. We do have smaller sized RG557 joysticks. They are Hull joysticks though, so that's great to have that anti-drift magnetic technology in there. We have clicky start and select, and they feel good. The only caveat for controls though, for me anyways, not super comfortable to use L1 and R1, L2 and R2, so your triggers, your shoulders there. And we looks like we have, who is this? Who do we got joining us right now? It says Snickle Fritz. Is that Andrew? Something's loaded. Andrew, do you have your VPN on again? He'll be back with us in a minute. Yeah, so I just don't love the shoulders here. Your fingers are pushed right up against the back here. So you have the metal. It does tend to get a bit warm when it gets going there. And it's just kind of an awkward reach. So yeah, that's my only thing. D-pad centric games though, oh man, this feels great. This feels really nice. And I just like the slide mechanism, and you can configure it to turn on and off when you slide up and down. So that is so cool to see. And then you do have active cooling. So you have your vent in up there, and then where's the vent out? The vent out down the bottom. And yeah, we're going to zoom in a bit more. Don't need to see my hands today. We just need to see the game screen, right? Yeah, I think so. Let's get the retro tech dad in there. Get a little RH goodness. Plants. And if you're not buying this and you're just joining for the live stream and you just want to hang out with us, I think that's freaking awesome. And I really appreciate you. That just, yeah, that means a lot. I always feel like we need to really just add value here and show you what you want to see. But if you want to just hang out with us, that's okay with me too. I do like playing this with the caps on. These do come with it, by the way. These little caps that makes the sticks a little bit bigger, a little bit more comfy, and it goes on pretty easy. Now we had some not live impressions. We had impressions on our website from Nick, and he was saying that the caps he was putting on, sometimes they would get stuck when you would slide it down. I'm not seeing that to be the case here so far. I've been sliding it quite a bit. He did put on the black caps though, so maybe that they're a little different, but you know, they catch just slightly, but they always go in okay. I do have a 2 terabyte micro SD card in here, so plenty of games to choose from. And I really want to go in today pretending this is a PSP Go. Not only that, but you can use this for other functions. For instance, like watching media on here has been really cool. Just listening to music, pretending it's an early 2000s MP3 player is freaking perfect. Also, for something like N-Gage, I think it's a lot of fun, even if the aspect ratio is completely wrong for it. And I apologize, live chat. I might not be able to keep up with the chat as well. Oh, we have Andrew back here. Hello, sir. You're getting set up. Ooh, we got an overhead cam today. That's nice.
Yeah, can you hear me okay?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay.
Everybody hear Andrew okay? Gerard, when will it be released? Yeah, this will be released tonight at 3 a.m. Pacific on June 20th. So that's going to be up on Anbernic's website. That's also going to be on AliExpress. And we'll have a link for that in the description for both of those when it's time. Until then, it'll show as sold out, but it's not sold out. It's just not for sale yet. You have both options. And if you want, we can take a quick look at the website before we get started here. So yeah, again, about 10 hours from right now. And here it is on the website. You do have ships from China or the local ship from US option, which is really nice to see. You don't need to worry about tariffs or any of that nonsense. I think it looks so slick and black.
Yeah, I'm kind of disappointed that I got the white one. The white one looks really clean, but I would have liked to see what the black one looks like in person and like compare the two.
Yeah, it's just maybe a little more nostalgic or something. you know, back in those days, a lot of the consoles and handhelds were kind of that black theme. We weren't quite into the white aesthetic yet, but this does come with no SD cards, so realize that you will be, you know, loading your own games in and getting your BIOS files and all that. So just make sure you have that prepped. And this comes with a 4.7-inch LTPS display, that full OCA full lamination, Unisoc T820 processor. We already went over this before, but why not? 8 gigabytes of DDR4 RAM, 128 gigabytes of internal storage, Android 13, Wi-Fi comes in at 5G and Bluetooth 5.0. Yep. Stereo speakers. And 5,000 milliamp hour battery. The battery life has been surprisingly good, and I've left it in standby and have not turned this off since the last live stream. So it has just been on 24/7, but, you know, in standby when I'm not using it. And I'm still on the same charge, I think. No, that's not true. I think I did charge it once. Anyways, battery life has been pretty solid. It has that funny kind of AI translation option, which works in some cases. Translation will work. The AI game FAQ, you know, to walk you through games can be a little hit or miss, as long as you make sure to use it when you first launch the game. So the title screen's there. It can easier recognize what game you're playing. It's very interesting. It does have that 120 hertz display though, and it is not an IPS display. I learned it's actually an LTPS LCD display. Now, there is a difference there. LTPS is a lower powered variant. It hits higher refresh rates easier, and it's going to be able to do that black frame insertion, which is really cool. It is a touchscreen, and there are downsides to this technology too. It does degrade faster than normal IPS. The color representation is not as good, but it's actually a little more vibrant. So while it's not an accurate representation of color as much, it does appear to pop more. It's not like OLED popping or anything, or mini LED, but it's popping in colors a bit more than your normal IPS display. Let's see, there's all the marketing stuff, blah, 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 blah. And our rep was saying it should do video out okay, but I don't have a video out monitor or glasses to test with right now. So I don't know, Andrew, if you've messed with that at all.
I haven't messed with it, but I have glasses. Give me 1 second.
Sure.
If we need to I have monitors. I have external monitors too. Actually,
cool. Frank's saying, you know, should I went with the Dimensity chip? I don't think so in this case. To keep the price down and also have better compatibility for some systems like Switch, it is better to go with this Unisoc. But yeah, as far as raw compute power goes, the D8300 would have been nice to see. But as we've seen, the 557 has had a bit of a struggle as far as compatibility on some systems, especially Switch.
Yeah, I'm excited that I was happy to see that it was the T820, just because hopefully that means that we'll get Gamma.
Yeah, right. Well, you're putting your face in there, sure. Let me mess with my OBS here. Shrink my face.
This isn't OBS. This is just.
You're just
I have my Pixel Fold up here.
2 guys, 1 stream.
Yeah, that's right. And then my iPhone has. Put my big sausages in the screen.
Talking about that? You talking about that buttered sausage?
You know it, baby.
All right. Well,
powered it
whatever
on.
floods your butt. Let's see. How's that one? Something like that. I don't know what the kids do with these crazy OBS overlays.
Dude, I don't know. I'm just here.
I know. Well, thanks for being here. Thanks for hanging out. Okay, so we're going to test out some video out before our game testing. Ariel, have you guys tested the MCon? Yeah, we did. So we tested the MCon, the second or third third variation at CES. We will be getting a unit in from Josh from OSnap when that's ready. And this is a similar idea. The first thing I thought when I saw this was, oh my God, it's an MCon. And then Josh commented actually on our post about it. Like, hey, it's an MCon. But he's pretty good-natured, so he's more good-natured than I would have expected, because since it looks pretty similar. Speakers sound really good, actually, because they're 2 front-firing speakers directly in front of this thing, coming right at your face, as she said. It sounds really, really, really nice. So nice crisp sound, not a lot of bass or anything, but you know, there's not a lot of resonating body to house the sound in. So just having that nice crisp treble, it does sound good. Everyday Blind, yeah. Hello, welcome. If you're new to the channel, thank you for stopping by. Hope to provide you some good content today. Why does it have downfiring or exhaust? Well, I'm wondering the same thing, because when it's laying on a desk, the downfiring exhaust just goes right against, it's just sitting right against the desk, you know, or, or on a pillow or something. But I mean, a little bit escapes, because here, while you're doing that, oh, you got external video to work, Andrew.
Yep.
Nice. That's huge. Okay.
I'm just confused as to why I'm limited to. So, like, there's the screen mirroring mode, right? So, like, everything that you see here shows up on the top.
You can mirror it. You can mirror it.
There's this desktop mode.
Desktop. Okay.
The desktop mode.
You can use that as a mouse, right?
I wonder.
That should be your mouse pad.
It is. So what I'm wondering, I have to load up some 3DS ROM or DS ROMs on here. Actually, this would be a good time to try out that new Melon DS build, because that's supposed to make dual screens better.
Yeah, let's do DS. Yeah, you want to load that up?
So give me a few to get that loaded up.
So we got video out working, everybody. That's confirmed now. That's fantastic. Yeah, XX. So you do have, for the exhaust, because it's slanted right here, you do get a little bit of exhaust that's able to come out if it's resting on a flat surface. If it's on a pillow or something, that's going to be a no-go. You're going to be blocking the exhaust, unfortunately. But if you're laying flat, it looks like because of that slight slant down here that it will vent just a little bit. I wish there was a little more breathing room, and it would have probably made more sense to have it up top right there. Maybe because of the slide mechanism, they needed to put it down below. I don't know. I'm not an engineer. I'm barely a tech reviewer. But I think that if you're into the PSP Go aesthetic, or like your early smartphone sidekick aesthetic, that this kind of scratches that itch. And the Fox especially was like, man, that they're cooking. Like, this is so cool. I've been waiting for this forever. And he wants to see them keep iterating. And I do too. Just because I'm like not 100% in love with this right off the bat doesn't mean I don't want to see it succeed and see it get better and better. And that's why I'm still using it every day, because I'm like, I want to understand the love for it, and I want to try to get why there's so much hype around it. I think just because this form factor was so beloved back in the day that, you know, there's a lot of that nostalgia coming up for people. And can we use it to play some of our favorite games? Like, for me, I want to play like Twisted Metal and King Kong for Game of the Month and see if that's fun, and some of these PSP games. So without further ado here, let's kind of take a look there. Do a little bit of Daxter. Now the other thing I've been using this for, if you were on the last, oh my God, I left it.
What did you do?
I must have saved on the last live stream as a joke. We were stretching it like that. And I think it saved it as the config for the PSP system. Oh no. That's not, no. I'm sorry about this. Please accept my shortcomings. Oh God. There we go. Now, Pride Tunes in chat there, I'm glad you're on here, because you were showing a method where you could, set it to like negative 0.85 or something and get a perfect 3x2, which maybe is, you were saying like it's scaled pretty cleanly at 3x2. Maybe we can try that out. Teeny tiny buttons. And watch middle-aged man figure out.
I've had a problem with so far. I've only had mine for about a day, so you guys won't see the full review on the site tomorrow when the embargo lifts, just because I haven't had enough time yet.
Yeah. So, but you'll see content from us tomorrow. Zoo has a video coming out tomorrow, so stay tuned for that. And Andrew, when you have time, whenever that is, to get your article out, or the review, or your impressions, whatever it is. I'm excited for that. And Nick on our website has something out. So, all right, so this is just the regular old 16:9 aspect ratio. You could scale it to that negative 0.85 if you want to be patient to get that slider just right, and then you'd get a little bit more up and down, and apparently it doesn't distort the pixels, so. Patrick, you're going to be staying up till 3 a.m. Yeah, you know, I don't know what the stock's going to be like on this. I don't want to create that FOMO where it's like, well, you better order now. You know, it's not going to be there. For the most part, Anbernic has not run out of stock within the first, few days. I have not seen that in a long time from them. I think it was the Win 600 was the last time we actually saw them run out of stock. So it's cool. It is cool you're staying up. I'm not trying to downplay that, but I'm also saying, like, if you need sleep, your health comes first. So set an alarm for like 6 a.m. or whatever, and you'll still be good. One thing that's cool on this is that if you slide it all the way down, it enters this ultra dim mode, and called like luminosity or something. And that was really nice though, to play in the dark, where it's like, okay, this is a nice companion. It's just unfortunately a little uncomfortable to be playing lying on your back. Okay, how's that? That looks pretty good, right? And Andrew, if you don't mind playing Producer Sony today for me just a little bit, and helping me just star some comments for questions that come up. I'm going to be missing the live chat. We have Zoo says, hello, I sent you a breaking news video for the podcast. Okay. This is Daxter, by the way, for PSP. I'm going to look in my Discord to see what the heck. Oh, it's Zoo. Oh, okay. Hold on. I got something cooking here from Zoo. All right, breaking news. Breaking freaking news. Da, 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 da.
You like it?
Use the RG slide on a slide. Okay, watch this again. It's a pretty sweet playground, too.
You like it?
I do like it. Thank you. That's, thank you, Zoo. Now, I don't know where Rob is at. He said he had to eat some dinner, like his family needed him or something. And I'm like, family? What in the world? I've never gotten past this initial part in Daxter. This is a game like I test to see if things work on. One day I'm going to get past this initial area. I don't know if today's the day, though. Yeah, Daxter looks good. Now, starting tomorrow for our content, you can actually show benchmarks. So that means that you'll be seeing frame rates and benchmarks and testing and more in-depth stuff. Now, not to say that you don't already know exactly what this chipset can do, the Unisoc T820, because we had the 556 and the 406V and the 406H. Like, you know what this does already. There are lots of videos on our channels and many different channels all about exactly what this chip can and cannot do. It can do up to some Nintendo Switch. Yeah, it can't do Nintendo Switch that great, but that's kind of a bonus system. really this is going to be great for PSP, should be pretty good for Vita, and for PS2, pretty admirable, honestly. You're not going to be doing a lot of upscaling, but yeah, that is what it is. Thank you, Video Zoo, for the video. Andrew, what are you doing over there?
My headphones died, so I had to switch that out, which is why I kept coming in and out.
Yeah.
And now I'm trying to get. I just got some ROMs loaded up, so I'm trying to get
things going.
Mali-DS build up and running.
Cool. That sounds good. Neo Geo, I have a question. Is this better than the Flip 2? I mean, that's subjective. I mean, performance-wise, no. Form factor-wise, in my opinion, no. And overall, in my opinion, no. You know, you do have an OLED screen on the Flip 2, and I'm pretty partial to the Flip 2. But here's the thing, and here's what I'm going to say about this, is that if you like a slide form factor specifically, I don't know what other options you have at this time. What other emulation handheld has the slide factor besides the expensive Ioneos? You do have the Ioneos, but beyond that,
that's a whole other ballpark, though.
That's another thing.
And I don't know if they're still selling the slides. I know that whatever company bought some and like rebranded it, they have some still. I can't remember who it was.
Michael, it's subjective, but no, yeah. No, objectively speaking, I think it's, I don't know. I think it's also a no. Let me think objectively. I mean, oh, hold on. Let me get my, okay.
I'll give you one reason why. Maybe. If it's in here.
Yeah. Yeah, you feature it. That's good.
Well, don't hold me to it, because I don't remember if Rocknix, what I was going to say.
You have Rocknix going? I would love to see Rocknix on here. That would make my day. I would really enjoy that. No pressure. Doses Mimosas. Stubbs is a based Flip 2 fan. Yeah, I mean, I am. It's my daily driver handheld, for sure. I have taken to it. I love clamshells. I am a clamshell fanatic. I got into the hobby to find the, eventual successor to the GPD XD. I had to know if there were others out there, and all these years later, there has been nothing that really met my expectations. The Flip 2 is the first thing that has. It's not perfect by any means, and I still love my XD, man, and my XD Plus, but man, does the Flip 2 get so dang close. And the one downside of the Flip 2, I think a lot of people share this feeling probably, is that the ergonomics just really aren't quite there. Part of that is just because of the clamshell form factor and the slide form factor. Both of these handhelds are not ideal for ergonomics, but dude, you don't need a case. You don't need a screen protector. You can just carry the thing around in your pocket or around in your bag or what have you, and it's always ready to go. Oh, look at that. And you get Linux options too. You can boot into Linux and do some Rocknix, meaning that you can do some Xbox emulation.
I have to update. I haven't turned this on
in a while.
Yeah, so I've just been busy.
With your Rocknix build here, Andrew, can you pop this into other Retroids and it'll just work, or do you have to do specific like DTB files or whatever?
What do you mean?
Like, can you pull out this SD card, pop it into any other 865 Retroid handheld, and it just works?
I think so. I'm not. Don't quote me on that.
I'm gonna quote you on this.
But let me see. Hold on.
Okay.
I've got my.
He's got something here, everybody. Yeah, absolutely, Thackeray, dude. The GPD XD Plus is the GOAT. Oh my God, that was such a good handheld. I have to pull it out now.
Don't pull things, Stubbs.
Next best thing. I don't have the Plus.
I have to charge this, but in theory, it should be able to work when I pop it into there.
We'll see that in a second. First, I got to show you the same form factor. This is the original XD, but man, the XD and the XD Plus. Oof.
Is that a metal build?
No, this is plastic, but it's a nice matte plastic. Beautiful colorway, the blue. Oh, I
like
love
those
these
buttons.
handhelds so much. Yeah. The
Like
D-pad
the design of the ABXY. I like that.
and this is a custom mod here that I put in. So these are from the GPD Win 2 handheld, which was the early Windows handheld. I put them in here because it looks nice. It was easy to swap out the joystick caps when they wore in too much. The D-pad was pretty bad, but you could do some membrane swap outs that would help there. This thing wasn't perfect, and it wasn't always the most comfortable either, but it got me through so many years and so many camping trips and so many road trips. 11-hour battery life. To this day, it's still one I enjoy. It, of course, can't hold a candle to what's available these days performance-wise, but dude, it's it's really, really fun. But coming back to the RG Slide, let's take a look at some other games. What do we want to see? I feel like God of War, what is it? Ghost of Sparta? Is that the tougher one to run out of the two of them?
I think so.
And let's see what we're at.
Rob knows because he's the one who gets all the questions every time he publishes a video.
Right, I know. He's the techie guy. We're at a 3X on PSP, but I'd like to push it a bit more. Let's try a 4X. And we should be, since we're right up against the launch, we should be okay at least to show frame rate here. Anbernic will blackball us or blacklist us if we're wrong. And you know what? It's been a good run, so that'd be fine. Where is the frame counter anyways? Here we go. So yeah, this will be Ghost of Sparta at 4X. Hey, Strange Rocks, thank you so much for being a member. That is awesome. I really appreciate that. What's the name of your bunny rabbit in the picture there? Is that a CRT I see behind you, or you're just happy to see me? Pride Tunes. Ever played Deadhead Fred? Yeah, I like that for PSP. And someone else was the other day was asking me to play Stubbs the Zombie as well. That's another one. And Dead Fred, of course, is a esteemed e-waste YouTuber in our scene who reviews the budget line of devices, and I love that guy's stuff. He's awesome. I like that PPSSPP has this fast forward built into it, just auto mapped always to R2. Hope everyone's having just a good day off if you're off work and enjoying your time. I can tell you today I went to the local record shops, picked up some Beach Boys albums. They're sold out most of the place because of Brian Wilson's passing. It's like, come on, man. But I found a few that I was looking for. I'm still looking for that elusive, slightly terrible 1993 album that they released. It's Zoo's favorite, the Lisa Frank cover art. What is it? Hot Summer or something. I can't remember the name, but looking for that. Couldn't find it. Found a few others, and while I was out, I signed up for an open mic, so I'll be live tomorrow night in a different way, playing some music.
What?
Yeah, I'm playing two of my old songs because my kids will be there, so they wanted to hear me play some that they knew, and then I'm gonna do one Beach Boys cover. Don't worry, baby. All about you,
awesome,
Andrew.
Man.
Because don't worry, baby. Yeah. Thank you. Yeah, I'm getting back out there. I haven't played live in 6 freaking years. I played like on the internet, but out at a venue, no. And I also booked a show. What is it? I booked a show July 26th, and then August 10th, I'm getting a band together, and we're doing like an outdoor venue show. So I challenged myself to book 3 musical concerts this year. Get out of my comfort zone. Get out of my house. Yeah. You want to be my drummer?
I can't play drums for crap.
Can you play Can you play violin or triangle?
I can play like 4 chords.
You're hired.
Four notes on a on guitar.
Yeah, you're hired. Well, you can be the bass player.
That's fine.
That's all you need is 4 chords.
I mean, my Dave Matthews Band performance in the car coming home to get here for this was pretty legendary, if I do say so myself.
I'm just happy you didn't crash into me.
Oh man, that's actually part. I was listening to that, and I was listening to Essential Park album. It got recommended to me the other day when I was on my way home from a work trip. And I was like, I haven't actually listened to this in years, and I've just been jamming out ever since.
I want to talk more about that and have an in-depth. We need a music podcast as like a secondary venture to just talk about music. I would love that. Raphael, I can do backing vocals. You're hired. Heed. My actual drummer's nickname is Stubbs. What in the world? His dad worked with Quincy Jones.
Oh, that's awesome.
That's incredible. Quincy's been on so many iconic tracks. He was on, I want to say Quincy was who produced We Are the World too? Is that right?
I don't know.
I hope I got that right. Sometimes I get obsessed over like very particular bands or songs, and I sometimes don't always learn my entire music history like I should. Yeah, Quincy, yeah, he is the man. So it looks like we're hitting frames pretty well here at 4x. Should we be crazy here and go to 5x? We're on Vulkan. And now as far as performance goes, by the way, if you wanted to see, we do have high mode on. So that should be the more performant option. We have the fan set to the medium setting or cool. I'm not feeling it get hot with PSP. PSP is a fairly efficient emulator. And PPS is PP anyways, is a very efficient emulator. Let me restate that. So you don't probably even need the high mode, and you probably don't need much cooling unless you're going to be pushing it to like 5 or 6x. So let's see what we get. Let it balance out a little bit. We are starting to see some dips here at 5x. Let me try it with the high performance mode back on. Maybe prove if that button even does anything. Well, that jumped us back up to 55, 57. Sorry, chat. Let me try to keep up with you all. I missed a bunch. Let me turn this chat back on here. Can you use the RG Slide as a phone? You can't. Although with the second version of it, I hope they do add a SIM card option because, come on, this should be a phone. It really should. The other thing, though, I like doing with the Slide, I was going to say earlier, is I really like just using it for touchscreen Android games. You can just get rid of the controls here. You just have this nice, thick, comfortable brick. It's so much more ergonomic and comfortable when it's all the way closed. And the game's asleep now. When it's all the way closed and, you can just kind of hold it like a phone, especially for your shmups or your, Mario Run or any of those running games, Super Meat Boy Forever. And then, turn it to the side and you can play like Evoland or any other touchscreen game. And actually it's very comfortable in this form. It's a little bit heavy, but that is comfortable. And you can map buttons, of course, to the shoulders, and you get these 2 function buttons here on the left and on the right. So it performs admirably in this way. And then flip it up when you want to do your more in-depth emulation, and you get those controls. So the novelty of it is definitely growing on me. I haven't touched my RP Flip 2 as much since I've been testing this, just because I'm trying to get used to this. I can definitely see why people are interested in it. I still am going to come back to the fact that it's probably a little too big. It's comically big compared to an original PSP Go or Xperia Play. And, of course, it's 4x3, not your actual 16x9. So you're going to get the bezels. And there was someone showing on our Discord an overlay that maybe could be made that says, PSP on the bottom here and actually gives you that super nostalgic look as if it really is a PSP Go, like I tried to fake in our thumbnail today. We get these And we are dropping frames at 5x. So let's just, I think 4x for this game, very demanding game. 4x is going to be the sweet spot. And you're going to get, yeah, I mean, that looks clean. Look at that. Look at that. So let's look at those pixels. Look at those pixels. That just looks crisp. The colors really pop on the screen for it being a LCD.
Yeah, I was going to say something before about that, but the screen is like surprisingly better than I expected it to be. Like
Yes.
I didn't think the Anbernic would be really putting much thought into the screen itself, but it looks
I didn't
like
think
they
so
did.
either. The only thing that can make this better is if it was OLED for me.
But I don't even think you need it because I mean,
No, you don't need it, but I mean, I'm saying if you're used to playing on a Flip 2 and you're seeing those crazy deep blacks and vibrant colors, then sometimes it can be tough switching over.
yeah, that's true.
It is a truly first world problem, though. We're so spoiled for choice that I don't think it's a bad screen by any measure. And the 120 hertz aspect of it is really cool. It's in 120 hertz mode right now, by the way.
Not only that, but it's a variable refresh rate. So like it'll go between 30, 60, 90, and 120. So
Yeah,
like,
when it needs to. Well, if you
Yeah.
set it to auto mode, it will. Yeah, but
yeah.
I have it forced to 120. And speaking of that, like we can do the auto, what is it, the 60 hertz mode, render duplicate frames to 60, so we can get even better motion.
Yeah, now you're outside of my area of expertise.
That's something that I like to turn on sometimes if the handheld can handle it. And it's just all you're getting there is basically smoother motion, a little bit better pacing. And there you go. Oh yeah, someone's saying enough God of War. Yeah, sure. Let's do one more PSP game and then move on. Is that fair?
Yeah, that's fair.
You know,
For now, at least.
one game that is crazy tough to run is Killzone. I remember doing one of our original live streams with the original Odin and trying to do Killzone at like 3 or 4x, and it crashed the device and I had to restart it. It pushed it so hard, and that was a Snapdragon 845 overclocked. So we'll see how this does. We're
No
at
burnout
4x
for
right
Ben.
now. Yeah, let's see if it crashes this thing. Didn't we do Burnout on the last stream though? Maybe we didn't.
Oh, I'm just saying that because I just noticed Ban's in the chat.
Yeah, got a shout out to our boy Ban. Ban, you're still waiting on your RG slide. I'm very sorry. I think yours will be in, what is it, tomorrow?
Yeah, I wouldn't be because today the holiday you probably would have gotten it today if it wasn't for the holiday.
Yeah, today with the holiday we're not seeing mail, but at least if it's going through USPS, but we should probably see it tomorrow, I'm guessing. So we are at a 4x right now in Killzone, and surprisingly we're getting 55 FPS, which is nuts.
What in the world is happening?
So let's try a 3x. It can handle 3x, so already beating the original Odin in that regard. So yeah, this is a game that's even tougher to run than God of War.
Did I just kill? Oh, there it goes.
I'm excited to hear other YouTubers and other reviewers' takes on the RG Slide. We don't have a ton of opinions out yet, since everyone's now just starting to get the regular, review units, not these prototype models, but I'll be interested to hear everyone's thoughts. All right, that's enough PSP. How about that? Why don't we move on? Let's do... You're still messing around, Andrew, getting some stuff loaded on for DS?
I'm trying to get this second screen to work. It started working, and then I had to fiddle with the controls, and for whatever reason, it keeps restarting the slide.
Oh, really? Okay.
So I'm trying. I'm not trying to just leave you hanging out. by yourself. Yeah, just restart it again.
Oh, you're good. I was assuming I'd be doing this solo anyways to begin with. So I mean, I'm happy to have you at all. TBH.
I'm down to clown.
Yeah.
As the kids say, as the band say.
That's what they say. What should we do?
Yes, man, I did.
You think Borderlands 2 would run?
Probably
not.
Oh, maybe.
I'm gonna try it. I'm ready to do some crazy things today. Okay, I missed so many comments. I really want to catch up. I hope I didn't miss anything. I'm just gonna start from the beginning. I want to make sure I answer as much as I can. Looking for question marks. Say Pride Tunes, Sega Saturn emulation and RetroArch. I'm gonna star that one. That's a good idea. You want to play Burning Rangers and Princess Crown? We'll see if we have it. Shouldn't we spend a little bit more localist magic to get a Flip 2? Again, it's a different form factor though. Like, I don't know if you really compare the clamshell to the slide form factor. It's a similar kind of idea, but I mean, you're still having the screen exposed, and it's not really a clamshell. I hate to compare these two devices really, but again, in my subjective opinion, I think the RP2 Flip is better. It says we're getting compatibility for Vita 3K ZX here. Let's see if it works. That would be pretty nuts.
Someone said, can we try Rogue Galaxy? I don't know if you saw that one or not.
I'll see if I have it, yeah. Rogue Galaxy for PS2?
Yeah.
Yeah. I should have that, yeah. Ariel, what's your preferred front end for Android? Do you like using... ESDE is really nice, but it takes a while to set up to get it how you want it. And so I generally go with something called Console Launcher, or Daigisho is pretty quick and easy to get up and going. Or even just the built-in Anbernic front end on this is pretty nice. But there's so many front ends.
Did you catch Tech Dweeb's video the other day about Tinker OS?
No, I need to see that.
It's like it's another. I haven't watched this video, but I saw it pop up in my feed and I downloaded it. It's a different front end, but it's got a lot more going on.
Have we done the drop test? No? And I guess...
Oh, no.
Yeah, okay. I will do this once.
Oh, no.
One time for you, because you're a longtime fan.
Oh.
I didn't like that. That wasn't a very big fall, but I'm sorry, man. That's as much as I'm going to do. Does it still slide? Yeah, my kids will probably drop this at some point too, so that'll be the second drop test. Okay. I don't love that. On stream I broke a handheld the other day, and that made me feel very bad inside. The music still works though, like, the Bang & Menu music still works, but the screen doesn't work anymore. It was a very cheap budget, $30 handheld. I can't remember the name of it now. Oh, I know. I remember the name.
$16.
He paid $16, luckily. It was the ANS02, the ANS02.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Borderlands 2 is loading. Believe it or not, that's pretty crazy.
I just want this to work once. Please. Pretty, please.
Well, if this is going to work, I want to see frames. Sorry. If that's going to work, I want to see frames.
How did I get it to work before?
How'd you get it to work? Not. I don't want overlays. What am I doing here? I can't remember. You ever walk into a room and you're like, why am I in this room?
Every day. It's called getting old.
Yeah. What did I mean to do today? I want to turn on frame rates. That's right. That's probably under performance overlay. That's what it's called. Yes, sir. Come on. Yes, I want to save the changes. Yes. Well, don't. Close. There you. Thanks. Love you too. Toddtronics, wish it wasn't so chunky. You and me both, brother. Drop test.
No more drop tests.
Knockoff Stubbs. That probably had some sort of context when that was written. I don't know what that means now.
Maybe they're talking about when you were talking about the stick controller or the stick covers that Anbernic includes.
Oh, yeah. Probably, huh?
Perhaps.
Let's see. I heard this thing cost $800. Yeah. No, maybe Neo, but not this. $180.
Arthur would never.
Do you have PSP Test Drive Unlimited? No, I don't think so. No. Yeah, we will take a look at black frame insertion on RetroArch though. So if you join to specifically look at that, we will be looking at that. And we're getting 30 FPS there. Can you press the number, then input the screen ratio? Can't you press the number? Oh, you're for PSP, right? Yeah, I guess you could write it in manually. It's true. I'm gonna try your idea later, okay? Because I think it's a really cool idea to have it as a 3:2 aspect ratio. Because yeah, if you're not distorting pixels, that's fine by me. Like I always say, when no one's looking, I do stretch my aspect ratios to an unbalanced, unhinged level of stretching. And the pixel balance is all thrown off. Imagine this with the Snapdragon 888 or 8 Gen 1 with detachable grips. Coolest device so far. I mean, that would be pretty nuts. I'd be down with that. Slide on the slide. My Trim UI Brock came today. Oh, you have like Brock Lesnar as a device? That'd be sweet.
Do that.
They just put out the hammer. Yeah. In that wrestling mode. Ryan Retro, hey man. Are there any games that make use of the 120 hertz display on Android? Yeah, one of them is Call of Duty Modern Warfare, right? And that one's delisted now, so I can't test it. But there's more out there. I don't think any retro games specifically. You could probably with the BFI, of course, that'll help you out. Thackeray, they were able to keep the cost down. They didn't use the Ryzen chip. Definitely no Ryzen chip in here. My Flip 2, Randall Thor, my Flip 2 should be arriving tomorrow? Question mark? Not sure. I'm not actually sure either. I don't have your tracking number, but hope it does show up tomorrow. And you can enjoy some goodness. People here say they're sick of the Flip. No more Flip. Well, this isn't the Flip, so you're in luck.
Yeah.
Yeah. Get out of here. It's not Retroid time. It's Anbernic time. Are we going to talk about the Brick Hammer? We sure are on a little podcast called the Retro Handhelds Podcast on this Monday. I will be actually on vacation with my family this Monday, but I said I'm still doing the podcast. I have the dedication in my heart, and I'm not going to miss a week. So I'm going to be podcasting from a cabin in the woods. We'll see how that connection is. Might have to get myself some satellite internet. I don't know. And I guess I can't fast forward through this intro movie. I'm very sorry. So we're answering questions right now. That's what we're doing. Dan, I have this guy's CD. Oh yeah. I think I sent you one of my CDs. Anyone still listen to CDs? I do in my car every day.
I don't know how long this is going to work for, Stubbs, so if you want to...
Oh, yeah. Leah, why are we on my screen if you have something cool?
I just got it.
Oh, well, I'm happy. Okay, here we go. Dual screen mode with an external display. Potentially use that new Retroid DS add-on thing. Maybe with a little bit of 3D printing modding help, but here's a workshop version of that idea. Is this through Melon?
Yeah, it's that new build.
Michael, I'm a retired musician and not easy playing live. It's not. You got to really get out of your own head to do it. But once I'm up there, I always love it so much. So I'm like, it's time. It's been years. It's just life is short. I had a friend pass away this recently, a close friend who I used to play music with, and man, it just reminds me just how precious and short life is, you know. And I'm like, I want to be out in the world. I have been kind of huddled, secluded in my studio here, I think since the start of COVID, pretty much, more or less. And it just reminds me to go live life, connect with some of my IRL friends again and say, hey, you know, how's it going? How are you doing? We haven't talked forever. It's been 10 years, but, you know, hope you're well. And I've just been doing those sorts of messages recently. So we're going to all meet up and have a little celebration of life for my buddy and share stories. And the dude was very, very silly. He was a big follower of Retro Handhelds, by the way, and watched our podcast. And yeah, I was helping him not too long ago figure out emulation. He wanted to know if he should do a Raspberry Pi or an NVIDIA Shield, and I said, I'd probably go with that NVIDIA Shield option, just plug and play. But and I never got to hear back if he was successful there. So hug your Wes Fred says hug your loved ones and love your hugged ones. Yeah.
Splooged.
Oh, you did get splooged. So you got Splatoon splooged. Lucian, you guys think they will make a more powerful variant of this? I feel like we could see this with the Dimensity chip sooner or later.
I don't think so. I don't think they would do it, is my point.
You don't think? Yeah.
Now, Anbernic's been, with the exception of the Flip, or the SP, sorry.
Yeah.
They don't really do like repeat of anything besides like horizontal or vertical traditional handhelds.
Mm-hmm. That's true.
So I couldn't see them. I mean, I guess because the 556 and 557 is the same, effectively the same design.
But they surprise us, I feel like. Every time we try to pin them down, beyond knowing that they're going to release another H700 every 1 to 2 months, it's hard to pin them down on what the heck they're going to do next. They show one thing, and then out of left field, we have something like this. Like, what?
I mean,
I never would have guessed this, really.
I still want to know what the point of the Pro was.
It's probably a economical reason. They have the shells, they have the H700, and they have the sign-off probably from their buddy who made the Battle XP G350. It made sense financially just to do it. There's probably an audience out there who wants that. For instance, people getting into the hobby who want something a step up from the R36S but don't want to buy something that's $70. The 35XX Pro, honestly, just it's fantastic for what it is. It really is. It's boring for us as reviewers, but it's freaking fantastic for what it is. For newcomers especially. Oh my God. So it's really cool to see DS working. I'm going to switch back over for a moment to
go for it.
To Vita. And Kufi 1992, does T820 enough for PS2 resolution ×2? I think a lot of the library you can probably play at a ×2 resolution with the Vulkan driver using Nether SX2 3668 variant. I think you should be okay there. Not the whole library, but many of the games, should work at a 2x.
Plus, there are those new builds for Nether.
Right.
That just came out like 2 days ago or something.
Yeah, and here we go with Borderlands, by the way, for Vita, playing at a clean 60 FPS. Look at this. This feels really good, and the joysticks feel really good. I really like the pivot on the joystick. Man, when you put these caps on, it's just enough for me to enjoy the joysticks.
I need to find mine and see.
And the reach is not too bad either when you start to get used to it. If you have a few weeks with this, now I'm definitely reaching these shoulders easier, at least for L1 and R1 there. Now for L2 and R2, that's a little bit more of a reach. I don't always love that. But if I'm not having to push it too often, then it doesn't really bother me. I'm really impressed that we're getting 60 FPS on such a demanding Vita game right here. This is probably the most demanding Vita game I've tested on this so far.
That's pretty awesome. And it looks good even like looking through the stream.
Oh, we actually dropped to 45 when I went to smash that block. I think we can under-res on this version of Vita 3K. I'll check after because maybe I'm wrong, but I thought we could maybe under-res a bit. which is going to be the saving grace for things like Switch, by the way. You definitely have to under-res on this system for Switch. But I'm impressed. This is really cool for Borderlands. Let's play another title. And just because I'm curious, if we were to... Yeah, you can under-res, so we could take this below 1x. I bet we could get that at a clean 60 then for the whole game. That's amazing. Okay, looking at another PS Vita game, I'm going to basically, the format today is going to be like 3 games per system. And I'm going to, from here on out, not linger too much. I don't want to let the stream run probably more than another 30 minutes, to be honest with you. What do you want to see, everybody? You know what one of my favorites is? Is PlayStation Battle All-Stars, I think it is. Where is that?
Is that like all of the Sony IP characters?
It's like Sony Smash Brothers, basically, yeah. And you have like, you have Sweet Tooth from Twisted Metal, and it's pretty awesome. Do I really not have? Do I not have that on here? Yeah. I don't know. Maybe I
play
don't
some
have it.
PS2 Twisted Metal.
Yeah, maybe we'll do that. I said today I really want to play Twisted Metal today, and I can do it on live stream, so we will play a little Twisted Metal. They didn't have a Twisted Metal game for Vita beyond showcasing Sweet Tooth in that one game. Which I don't have today. I do have Jetpack Joyride and Gravity Rush is a classic. That's a pretty long intro, though. I don't want to make you all go through that again. One game that's clearly missing from here is one of my favorites, Uncharted Golden Abyss, but unfortunately there's just not a lot of compatibility there for Vita 3K yet. So you can't really get too far in that game. I don't know. Mortal Kombat? I didn't even know Mortal Kombat was on the Vita. Oh, it crashed it. Never mind. Never mind. Okay.
Sounds about right.
I don't know. Ben 10 Galactic Racing? I think we did that last time.
I'm just trying to load up some.
What about Batman Arkham Origins? That's another beefy one.
And another classic.
And another classic. That's right.
Do I not have
Strange Rocks? Yeah, I would compare it to the M-Con for comfort. It's a similar kind of feel. Although the M-Con, you get those nice ergonomic grips that pop out of the left and the right. So I think this with a 3D printed grip could go a long way. There's actually a post on Reddit showing that idea that is pretty cool. Sorry for my jerky movement. Okay, I'm just catching up with questions here, seeing what I missed. What Anbernic device has the most accessories? Oh, you know, they have released grips. Anbernic has made their own grips. I gotta say, it's been a while though. I want to say back in the RG 405 days, 405M maybe? I think that one was pretty well supported. Does the Chonk feel better in hand compared to PSP Go? No, I think the PSP Go feels better. It's just so much lighter weight. Of course, smaller screen, though. I mean, there is a trade-off there. Can you test Genshin Impact? I don't have that downloaded, and it's just going to take too long to download today.
It's a massive game, and then you have to wait even longer.
Play Princess Crown at 120 Hz BFI and RetroArch. I'll see if we have that. We can test an Android game or two, though, as well. That's fine. Killzone runs well. I could do 2x on my RP3 Plus with a later PSP update. Oh, so maybe they just needed an update, and I'm just behind the times. Well, that's fair. Arnav Ups. Yeah, they really don't make games like Killzone and Liberation anymore. Stubbs and crew. Yeah, hey, original Notion? Down to clown like Charlie Brown. Go nuts, Stubbs. Let me at least show you. Let me show you something. Did the game crash? Did the game just crash when I wasn't looking? Or no, it was downloading, right? It was installing. Okay. Batman. Here, watch this intro movie while I read the comments. It won't do Rogue Galaxy on PS2. Well, we're gonna try. That's on the list here. We're gonna try that. Hey, Knowles, made it to the stream. Thank you very much for making it to the stream. No Beacon love. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I just didn't finish saying my list. I love Beacon as well, by the way. Beacon's very cool. I love the aesthetic and the UI especially. I also want to give shout out to Reset Collection and Launchbox for Android and Arc as well, Arc browser. And I'm sure I'm missing plenty. I love Android front ends, and I have a bunch configured. RetroX. RetroX is another one, especially we had him on the podcast recently, Franco, the dev, and it's awesome to play, especially older computer games like the Commodore and whatnot. MSX. All right,
there are a lot of good launchers on Android now. It was pretty stagnant for a little while.
Yeah, I'm sure I still miss some even just now. I don't love Dig. That's one that I don't care for. And I don't know. Lemeroid never really caught on with me, but yeah, Beacon Launcher is fantastic. But I would say my favorite overall, just for ease of use, just for like popping your games in and playing, is Console Launcher, because it auto scrapes everything. Like you just point it at a ROMs directory and it goes through and matches ROM systems, games, and downloads the art, and it's just boom, done. You don't have to specify any paths or just the one ROM path and you're done. So in that vein, it's also, I mean, it's not the best for the UI for, you know, scraping box art, and it's not perfect. ESDE is probably the cleanest looking of all of them, just to have that classic, you know, layout if you're liking it on the Steam Deck and whatnot. Beacon, of course, Digisho Reset, but Console Launcher, at least for ease of getting up and going, is what I tend to go with.
Plus the dev is Kyle's cool people.
Nick Crawford, correction, you let Andrew convince you to break a handheld on stream the other day.
That's not, hey, listen here. You're right, I did convince him. And I felt bad that he felt bad.
Well, I was gonna do it anyways. That was already on my mind, but I did feel bad afterwards. And when you said to do the throw test, I'm like, all right, you don't have to twist my arm.
I really thought you had carpet on the floor.
Yeah, I got rid of the carpet. It's hard floor now. It's like, it's not concrete, but it's a hard floor. Things are gonna break if you throw things on this floor. Well,
also, you have to remember, like when we're doing the podcast on Mondays, it's like 9, 10, 11 o'clock for me.
Right.
So like I'm done for the day. Like I'm my brain is just in dummy mode.
What are we getting here? I can't actually. The FPS is cut off. Anbernic will prefer it that way, anyways. I can feel that there's a little bit of slowdown though. Not bad. If I had to guess, this is probably like 55 FPS. If we under-res this should be no problem. Oh, I've never played this game before in Vita, actually. I like the graphics. I like the model they're using for Batman, too.
Yeah, it's a good one. I wonder if it's the same model they use for Injustice.
Maybe so. I also appreciated them bringing Assassin's Creed to I think it was the Vita, or maybe it was the PSP. Anyways, the 2D Assassin's Creed games are not terrible. Yeah, this is running pretty well, though. There's a funny sound thing. Hold on. Oh, no. Listen to this, Andrew. It sounds like bacon gurgling.
Oh, no.
Oh, no. Listen to that. What in the world? All right, so the sound is not... That sounds horrible.
Dude, just constantly farting.
That sounds like a farting robot dog or something. What is it?
New Nickelodeon show.
Farting robot dog is Andrew and mine. No, it's our new band.
Let's do it.
Rob said he was going to join us today too, but I think he's
Rob is out of internet.
Oh, he's out of internet? He
Yeah,
ran out of internet?
Yeah. Whatever craptastic thing he has is there's an outage, so he's running off of his phone.
Oh, Rob's going to be a no-go for today.
Yeah.
Rob, I took the time to add your name to the thumbnail, and I might not take you off, so...
Just take him off.
I'm going to take him off now. Yeah, that's right. No, he's our buddy, but...
He's your buddy.
We'll take him off for accuracy's sake. Batman, no! I think Batman was supposed to... Okay. Run and glide, so I hold X, and then I... Oh, you glide. That's fancy. I really like this Batman style. A 2D Batman game with nice mechanics. Excuse me?
Yeah, I might have to give up on Game of the Month and switch to those.
I'm still going to push through for King Kong at least, and that's all I'm going to do this month, I feel like.
Man, so I have never, and I won't say never, because I don't know if I played as a kid, but I've been playing today primarily. I've been playing through Dino Crisis.
Oh, nice.
I hate,
It's
with a
terrible
passion, no, the tank controls are awful.
Yeah, they are.
And I was like, please tell me that there's a mod or something, and there's not. Not that I could find in a cursory glance.
I'm reading through the rest of the comment. Yeah, I know. Thank you guys for coming out today for what I thought was going to be a very low member live stream. So I'm surprised how many of you are on here right now. Almost 200. That's almost...
Oh, wow.
That's almost like our Monday night numbers sometimes. That's really cool to me. What do I need to do here? Come on, Batman. Oh, you got to tap it. Tap it, tap it, tap it, tap it, tap it. Rip it off, rip it off. Tap it in. Just tap it in. You excited for Happy Gilmore 2?
I'm so excited for Happy Gilmore 2.
Okay, oh wait, which one's circle? The buttons are swapped on this layout. Okay, that must be circle. X is circle. Well, if it's a 2D Batman game, how can I go in? Hold.
Push it.
Enter.
Enter it. Do it. Stop kicking.
I'm trying to enter it. I'm trying to enter it.
Are you close enough?
I'm trying to
enter get close.
Yeah, I'm trying to enter this big hole in front of me.
Yep, there you go. Nailed it.
There we go.
Got a super chat.
Oh, super chat? You people are super chatting today in this day and age? I appreciate you. I'm gonna get to that.
I don't have the fancy controls.
I'm gonna get to that. Oh, we got 2 super chats. Thank you, super chats.
Oh.
Castlevania Kid, thank you for your super chat. Any rumors of an Odin 3 Portal coming or Retroid Pocket 6? The Retroid Pocket 6 is coming, yes, and it will have the latest, greatest Snapdragon chip. We don't know timing yet, but it got leaked because of the Qualcomm thing, the Qualcomm announcement. They had Retroid on there. Some new unannounced Retroid handheld will be getting their latest, fanciest chip.
Oh, yeah, but back at GDC.
GDC, that's right. We just don't know anything else about it. But yeah, there will be a Retroid Pocket 6, undoubtedly. And I doubt it's going to be like a Flip 3 or something they're going to use that for. That is a flagship. They said it was a flagship Retroid handheld. So that's what we know. Don't worry, though. We'll be sharing all about that. Coles Reds, also thank you for your super chat. Can you playtest Buffy the Vampire Slayer, Chaos Bleeds on GameCube, Evil Dead, Hail to the King PS2, and Brooktown High for PSP? Also, sorry for your loss. Oh, thank you. That really means a lot. I appreciate that. It's not an easy thing to talk about, and I don't usually talk about IRL stuff on here, to be honest with you. I try to keep it light and fun, but yeah, that one got me. That one. I'm not even sad as so much as like, man, I gotta start living my life. You know, the dude was a year younger than me. I'm 40. He was 39. Like that's too young. It was a freaking heart attack. Too young. Okay. But how do I get up here? I will try to play some of those games. I don't know that I have all of them here, but I will do as many as I can, if that's fair. And we have these other... And I cannot keep up with the chat. Okay, sorry.
Thackeray asked, "This is Batman running on PS3?" No, this is the Vita version.
Yeah, this is the Vita one. I want to say that I did get RPCS3 loaded, and I got like Ninja Turtles starting to cache, but I did not have the 4 hours it was going to take to complete that. So I have not messed with it further. I think it's worth exploring though if somebody has the time. I don't know you're going to get much performance out of it, but I could be wrong.
Yeah, I haven't. I started messing with it earlier today, and I have not gotten far enough yet to say one way or another.
The frame rate is totally stabilized out on this, by the way. Now, like this is pretty smooth.
It still looks really good.
It looks very good. Look at those pixels. Look at that. That's Vita, Batman Vita. Well, anyways, that's 3 games, right? We got 3 games on this now. Okay, we did PSP. We did Vita. Let's do PS2 next. Andrew, what are you doing? What are you playing?
Loading up some NSX.
I would love to switch to your stream so I can finish reading these comments for you, people. You want to take over for a moment? Show the people something good.
We could try.
Nintendo Switch.
Yep.
You got 3 games loaded: Celeste, Hades, and what was the third one?
Curse to Golf.
Curse to Golf. Okay. Raphael, I'm 41, feeling old already. Yeah, tell me about it. I don't know, man. I think 40s is gonna be the decade. That's how I'm feeling. I was really feeling bummed out going into my 40s. Like, oh man, I'm getting old now. But honestly, since starting 40, I feel pretty hyped about this decade. I feel like kind of like a renewed energy all of a sudden entering, you know? It's just...
There's no controller mapping?
I'm ready to get out there and fight. Fight and adventure and take RH to the next level while we're at it. That's kind of my
We can fight.
idea.
Just wait till CES. We'll live stream.
CES. Yeah, maybe we should live stream CES more this year. That'd be fun.
We can just live stream Ban getting beat up.
Yeah. Well, no, we should be nice to Ban. We haven't met him in person yet. Maybe he's an AI construct, like people think I am.
I just want him to show up in overalls.
So here's Nintendo Switch, by the way. Which which emulator is this on? Which variant?
This is Kenji. I just saw Ben said bruh, and that's it. This is Kenji NX playing Celeste.
Thackeray, you had Batman on PS3 and sold it. Oh man, I want to play through those Batman games. I haven't really played through the Arkham games. I've started them all, and then I just didn't continue them. So that's still on my bucket list. Play the slideshow of Rogue Galaxy. We will get there. That's going to be my first game we're going to do on PS2 after we get through these 3 Switch games, and then we're probably gonna call it, except for the super chat requests. Super chat requests is what we'll finish out today after that.
Yeah, Ban, why are you so nervous?
Come on, Ban. PS Vita 3DS is tricky to run, so I heard, believe it or not, Vita 3K, if it's a compatible game, I'm surprised by how performant it is on lower end hardware. If it's a compatible game, so you got to check that compatibility list, but I've been pretty impressed.
All right, Ban.
Chicken, don't say the N-word. Nintendo doesn't watch live streams, I feel like. We've never, ever had any problems with Nintendo on our live streams. Well, they did copyright strike us once for showing a clip of the Mario movie. That was interesting.
Did they really?
Yeah.
It's like a WWE. Like you show a 10-second clip of something and they're like, nope.
Yeah. It's not a copyright strike. It's just like, hey, you need to remove this or...
Oh, yeah.
Or else. Demonetized is what happens unless you remove the clip.
All right.
Raphael, I agree, Stubbs. I'm feeling better now than ever before. Let's drink to that. Yeah. Yeah. Cheers to that, my friend.
Oh my God, these people talk too much.
Sticks, y'all should do Arkham Asylum for next game of the month. That'd be cool. And it's up to the community. You know, the community votes in what's going to be next. The community nominates the games. So go in our Discord, nominate that game for the upcoming game of the month. We are about to enter nomination time.
No, we already did.
Oh, we are now? We are in nomination?
Yeah.
Perfect. Well,
I forget what the thing. I think great. Thanks a lot, Ben. I think it's Sci-Fi Month.
Coles Reed again. Thank you for your other super chat. Thank you. I lost my friend 3 years ago. She was 19. Oh my God. I'm so sorry. I was 24 when she passed. Thank you for playtesting those games. My favorite front end is Daijisho. Daijisho is cooking, man. Tapioca Fox, he's a good friend of mine. I actually was his reference for getting him into university here in the States. I think he was coming from Taiwan, and he's a good buddy, and I love his front end. He does so well, and I will vouch for that front end any day of the week. I'm still sending him bug reports when I find them too, because I want that thing to be the best of the best. And I want him to integrate what Console Launcher has, where you point it at one ROM directory and it goes through, scrapes your games, and you don't need to do anything further. With Daijisho, you still need to configure it per system, much like Emulation Station. Just, you know, it's a convenience. It's a minor nitpick. But yeah, Coles Reed, yeah, appreciate that. We will get to those games.
Oh no. Shows you I never play Celeste.
You're making Dan cry.
Good.
This hurts.
He doesn't like that I'm playing with a stick.
You're probably better than me. I'm not very good at the actual Celeste. I've gotten decent at the Pico 8 version.
I got to, while you guys were doing the competitions, like last year or this year or whatever, I got to sub 40 or around 40.
Yeah.
But that was it. I cannot do this okay, once I'm done with this level, this is gonna be it for, see you, Celeste.
I'm not judging you, Andrew.
Oh, I'm done. I'm judging myself for how it's bad. But the weird thing here, and I don't know if it was a Kenji NX thing or not, the menus were like 10 frames a second, but the game was smooth.
So, well, that's good. Maybe it's misreporting. I've seen that happen, where especially if the built-in frame rate counter is acting wonky, then it's like, this feels fine, but it's obviously not. All right, go to the next. Let's go to the next Switch game. I'm here for it. Michael Stubbs, do you like the MSI Claw 8 AI Plus? I haven't done my review on that yet. I did my, first impressions. I think I did like an emulation video and my like on-site coverage when I first got to go hands-on in LA. And it's one that's growing on me. The ergonomics are tough. It's the least ergonomic Windows handheld of the whole bunch. However, the screen is 8 inches, bright, beautiful, vivid. The performance is amazing on it. Seriously, probably the best performance in a handheld. Even comparing to some of these new Z2A chip or Z2 chips. It's pretty damn good performance-wise. So I can't knock it for that. And the speakers are amazing. The speakers are the next level for the Claw series. But it's tough when you don't want to hold the thing for long periods of time. So with the Ergo Grip option, it's better. It definitely is better. Then you need a bigger case to house it. So I need a little more time with it. I know it's been, 6 months or something I've had with it, but I will be making my way back around to that handheld. I gotta go back and revisit my Windows handheld stuff and my Asus, Z Flow 13 tablet. That's actually going to be next as far as Windows goes.
I might fly out to you and steal that and fly back.
Terran FPV. You can ask whatever questions you want, my friend. You can ask whatever questions you want. If you have something off topic, if we're here, we may or may not answer depending what it is, but you can definitely ask. Lucy, in the Xbox Ally X, yeah, I'm really stoked on that too. My Asus rep just reached out yesterday actually to talk, I think, about that. So more to
dope.
come. Yeah, we'll see. I'm hoping to get on the list to be reviewing that one, but we'll see. What app is that, Andrew? Mr. Claw says. Also, hey, Mr. Claw, good to see you, my friend.
What app are you referring to? Because I went through a bunch trying to find the right Switch emulator.
What are you going to be using, I suppose?
I was trying to use Eden, but that didn't load the game.
Eden, I feel like Eden's too early days, but
I'll breeze through this real quick. It doesn't take that long.
Coles again. My favorite Switch game is Scott Pilgrim versus the World. I'm hyped for the new Scott Pilgrim game coming out. I remember playing the first one. That was a pretty cool beat 'em up. I have Gamma OS on my 405M and Miu Flip. I have beef with Retroid. That's fair. That's fair. Everyone has their brand loyalty around here, and I love to kind of see a little bit of that tribalism just because it reminds me of the old, I'm Nintendo or I'm Sega, I'm Team Sega days. And then there's like this little niche of like, I'm Team Atari. I actually went to a retro store yesterday and they had an Atari Jaguar up on the shelf for like $400. And I thought, for a split second, I thought about it. I traded in a bunch of games and I was like, I could get that Jaguar today. But I got a gold Switch Lite and a few other things.
Did you get is that the Zelda one?
Zelda. Well, because it comes with a year of Switch Online I can add on when my current subscription ends. So I'm like, man, price-wise, value-wise, plus I kind of want a Switch Lite. I don't have one. My wife and my kids have one, but I don't actually have a Switch Lite. And I've been enjoying having that smaller form factor because, man, having a Switch 2, the one thing that gets me is it with these bigger 8-inch handhelds is it's big and it's unwieldy sometimes and it gets a little crampy. So, yeah.
Ooh.
As long as we're doing LCD screens, might as well get a Switch Lite.
Yeah, I haven't taken my Zelda Switch out of the box. I have the Zelda OLED, but I also got the Zelda Switch Lite that's still in the box.
Michael, I'm green. I'm red. It hasn't gone away, Stubbs. What do you mean? What the heck are you saying right now? Are you an alien? I'm green. You're red. I'm wearing red. I'm sure there was context for that 1 minute ago when it was said. I got mad beef with Anbernic, but still like them over Retro Pocket. That's right, Chicken McNugget. You tell him. I feel like a lot of people have beef with these brands until they finally make something that specifically appeals to them. Like, they're the only. If Retroid's the only one making the best clamshell Android handheld, okay, well, fine. Or if if Anbernic is making the only slide handheld, well, sorry, they're the only brand making a slide handheld. So maybe consider it. Random question, Solar Dare. Random question I heard, fast chargers can damage the 35XX SP and by proxy all the others. So which charger should I use? Bought one online, didn't come with charger. So for the 35XX SP, just make sure it's not a power delivery, basically a fast charging adapter. And the cord's important too. Make sure it's not one of those crazy high voltage cords. You're going to have to use, you can do C2C charging, but it needs to be something that, just use the cable that came with the handheld ideally, but if not, C2C is fine. Put it into a non-fast charging socket or adapter. For me, man, I just do C2C on my Anchor. What is it? One of my Anchor multi-charging units, and you can go in and say, you can go in and tell it. What am I trying to say here? It'll display on screen like how much power is going to the device to see if it's maybe pushing too much and if it's a problem. So I like having these adapters that come with displays to say exactly how much output is going to the device. So you can just see right there if the back of the device says, this maximum is a 2 amp, 2 amp 1.5 volts or whatever. I'm not smart with electricity. My dude Tyson, who fixed my fish smell. He's good with it, so he kind of educates me. But but he fixed the fish smell, and my walls don't smell like fish, luckily.
I knew you were gonna do that.
Rambling coming to a close here. Just use what you have on hand. I don't think a fast charger will do damage to it. I just don't know that it will charge it at all. I have not seen these get damaged specifically, though, and I've tried a number of chargers, so I don't know.
Yeah, Ben said what I was going to say. I was waiting for you to finish. See if your family, if friends or family members have any of those old 5-watt Apple brick chargers, because those are perfect.
Yeah, 1 amp. Those 1 amp chargers are amazing, man.
They're small, and like everybody hates them, but if you get into retro handhelds and stuff like that, they'll come in really handy, and you can't buy them anymore, at least.
Well, you can
safely.
You can go on Amazon and you can specifically look for those, 1.5 amp or 2 amp or 3 amp. 3 amps entering that fast charging realm, so I would avoid that. But for these devices, man, one to 2 amp adapters, they're like $5 to $10 on Amazon. For sure,
Prime Day is coming up too, so
yeah, it's true. But for those, for sure, you're not going to be giving it too much power. You might be not giving it enough power to fast-ish charge it. It'll be trickling in a bit more, but at least it's safe and you can leave it on there. Although for some of these lower-end devices, I do set a timer, if not on your phone, to unplug it so you're not overcharging. Get like a little, either a smart outlet or a smart timer for your outlet that you can set, hey, charge this device for 1 hour. Alarm goes off, it turns itself off, or buzzes your phone or something, and then you unplug it. Because it does suck when you overcharge things, because then you get spicy pillows, and that's not fun. A little explodey, a little bit of explosion and fires, and not my favorite.
Have you had any, real quick on the slide, have you had any heat? Like, does it get hot for you anywhere?
Yeah, it definitely does. But again, I thought maybe it's a prototype thing. Yep, that's where mine gets hot.
Good call. Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I am pushing it, and I'm just running. I'm not even running with the fan on, apparently. Really? And auto mode is off. So let's change that. It's a little toasty.
I noticed it gets toasty if you're playing Switch emulation, and it gets toasty if you're pushing PS2. It was not, so far today, it's not gotten toasty at all. PS Vita, nothing. PSP 4 or 5X, nothing. But we'll see.
As you would say, for me at least, it's probably just a skill issue.
Man, no, I mean,
because I didn't even turn the fan on or anything.
Oh yeah, if you have the fan off, it will get toasty a little easier. Yeah. Coles, again, my beef with Retroid is that my battery for the first gen Flip's battery became swollen, and then they dropped the Flip 2. Oh no. Well, that's not good. I tried to have them fix it, and they told me no, they couldn't help. Well, that could be due to the fact that they don't have parts anymore for the Flip 1. I mean, I don't know when this happened, but I know that they aren't able to fix the Flip 1 anymore simply because they don't have parts in stock to do anything with them. But they should have offered you, I feel like, a discount or something as a kind of a token of their, I'm sorry that your thing's broken. So I'm sorry that happened. They definitely aren't perfect. But I do know in my experience, they do try to do right by customers in general, especially if you bug them on their Discord. Sometimes you get the wrong rep through email or through the chat, and they might not do what you're wanting. But reach out to like their Western dude, Chris, in the Discord. Good guy to talk to. Say, hey, here's my problem. He's also the repair tech for the West, so it'll be sent to him anyways, and he can kind of give you a good idea of what's possible. Michael, Team Green, Team Red. Oh, Team Green, Team Red, meaning NVIDIA and AMD. I gotcha. I don't really have any loyalty to either one, honestly. It's whichever one works better for the context. I don't know. I suppose video card-wise, I've always bought NVIDIA pretty much across the board. Unless the only option was like AMD for these handhelds. A lot of them do AMD these days. Please tell me I didn't miss his answer while checking on dinner. I don't know what this was for. But ask again. Mr. Clyde having fun with RP Classic? Absolutely. Thackeray, how far do you go until you say to yourself that I'm content what I have? My device has emulated all the consoles I want. So you're talking about the age-old thing of when do I exit the cycle of self-abuse, of buying and buying and buying, and buying to collect at some point, or are you just trying to find the ultimate device, or do you want one of everything? How far do you go? I can't answer that. I felt like a lot of us could have hopped off this train with the Steam Deck, and here we all still are. So I don't know what to say. I think there's a problem with us. I think we just enjoy tech, tinkering, testing, seeing what they can do, and then we found the Steam Deck. I'm getting some... There's a baby crying somewhere.
Yeah, sorry, my son's...
Oh, you're good, man.
I'll put myself on mute real quick.
No. You don't need to mute yourself. I just you didn't have your background noise filter on, so I turned it on.
Oh, okay.
Now I don't hear it. Also, hope your son's doing okay.
He's probably... It's getting late for him. He's probably... My mother-in-law is over... My wife just got home a little bit ago, so they're probably just getting him ready for bed, and he loves to fight bedtime.
Well, that's fair. Well, hope all goes well. I think my son just got home from school, so I'll be hopping off in a few just to go say hi. But Destitty11? Destitty? That's amazing. I like the wholesome picture next to your username, Destitty. Nice looking.
Don't use Rixel.
Do you use Rixel HK app at all? Kind of janky. It is absolutely janky. However, if you don't have a reliable source to get your games, your legal backups, you could go through Rixel. It is janky. It's annoying because you have to download the game, and then you got to drag it out of the downloads, put it into an organized folder, and then point at it in your front end or your emulator. So it's a multi-step process. It's not perfect. Also, the ROMs you're downloading are going to be not always the best version of the ROM. You know what I mean? Like, it's not going to be the best retro achievement version to be able to do retro achievements, or maybe you want North American versus PAL. So use it at your own risk. I don't use it at all. I used it to test when I first got the Slide. And of course, legally speaking, I only tried out the games that I own physical copies of. But that's right, Nintendo. But no, I don't use it. I think it's pretty janky as well. Thackeray, how far do you go? Say to yourself, oh, we already talked about that. I'm appreciating all the comments. You guys are just coming in clutch here with all of these comments and questions. Should I sell my RP4 by the RG Slide? What a random trade, to be honest with you, Ra. I appreciate that. I don't like the RP4 really at all. I think the screen is this green tint to it that always bugs me, and I don't think the screen's great. I never really caught on. I even borrowed Band's RP4 recently to be like, am I crazy? Did they make it better later on? Because people really love it, and I can't get behind it. So I think you should sell your RP4 personally, but for the RG Slide, it's not a like for like swap out. But will you like the RG Slide is probably the better question. I don't know. I guess that's what we're trying to answer on the stream. It does go live tonight.
I think Ban has some homework to do after he gets his Slide.
Yeah, compared to the RP4. I don't know. That's not for me to answer, but if you want to try it out, if you are very curious about this because it's a brand new form factor for the emulation scene, I'm not going to stop you from it. I think it's very interesting. Everybody who I've shown it to have been like, "What in the world is that?" I mean, even my wife. My wife is very hard to please when it comes to these handhelds. She pretty much says nope to everything I hand to her. She's like, nope, too small. Nope, too big. Nope, whatever. I handed her the RG Slide when I first got it, and she was like, actually, this one's comfortable. She's like, I would play on this one. I was like, really? You play on this one? You want to play on the Flip, or the Claw, or the Steam Deck, or you Switch 2, but you'll play the RG Slide? And she's like, yeah, this one's right. This one's just right. I'm like, huh. So more to come. I am making a video still at some point. My wife picking a handheld. She'll look through my collection. We're going to do a brief interview with her of like each handheld. I need to slim my collection first because that'd be a 2-hour video right now, but kind of get her opinion on each handheld and then have her pick her favorite at the end. Wife's favorite handheld, and then I'm just going to let her keep it. And she doesn't know that yet, but I'm just going to let her keep whatever one she likes the best. And then I think that'd be kind of a fun video. Somebody completely outside the hobby. Although, credit to my wife. She helped start RH. She was member number 2. She helped build our original wiki for the Retroid Pocket 2. She was on the early podcast episodes and did help me start the RH podcast. But, we had our 3rd child, our son, and she got much more into the mom stuff. And then she started another job, blah, blah, and has other passions and hobbies and does art and photography and stuff. So we drifted as far as retro handhelds goes, but man, it's cool to get her perspective now because she's been out of the game for 5 years. So it's pretty cool seeing her thoughts on these various things. She still thinks the RP2 is the GOAT.
Isn't that one of your favorites, or is it the 2S that's one of yours?
Well, I mean, RP2, RP2 Plus, 2S, all the same form factor.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
The 2S is the perfected version of that form factor, but she just thinks that form factor is the most comfortable. She likes the smaller handhelds generally.
That's fair. Yeah, my wife, she doesn't care. She wants me to get her a Switch 2 because she didn't realize that Hogwarts Legacy is on the Switch.
Yeah.
And she liked, I was playing whatever stupid racing game that Rob convinced me to buy.
Yeah.
And she liked the size and the screen. So we will eventually get a second Switch 2 for her. She doesn't care about these little other handhelds.
Was it racing? Oh, fast racing, fast.
Yeah, it's F-Zero knockoff.
The F-Zero knockoff. Yeah, I can't remember. Fast Fusion, I think.
Yeah, that sounds right. That actually sounds right.
Ra, I think your wife is the best person to suggest which handheld is good or not. She is. She's a good judge, honestly, of these because she doesn't have any of the history now going into it. She just she knows within 30 seconds if she's going to be enjoying something. So
I mean, my wife she'll ask me every once in a while, like, what am I doing? Because especially with, we don't have just horizontal or verticals anymore. We have clamshells and slides and different form factors. So she does ask occasionally, but she doesn't play them herself.
And my wife's also really not picky when it comes to screen quality. She doesn't care if it's a low quality LCD versus an OLED at all. For her, it's just the form factor and ergonomics is all she really cares about. And as long as the buttons feel okay, she's happy to play a game for a while. She'll get locked into Mario or Donkey Kong, or her favorite game is actually Alien Isolation for Android or for PC. But
I've actually never played that. I don't know where I'm going. This is where I stopped playing earlier because I got stuck. But it does look good. Like the Dino Crisis on the PS1 does look good on here.
I'm glad you played some PS1. And speaking of playing things, I'm going to take over, Andrew, so we can get out of here. I'm going to hit our super chats up for their recommends. And
I will stop playing and keep an eye on the chat.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, I'm caught up on chat finally. I just got to the most recent.
This thing is thicker than the Flip, too.
Okay, so we're looking at Cole's
Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
On GameCube. Do I have GameCube installed on this? Let's see. I guess I do. Yeah. I hadn't planned on GameCube today. I'm sorry, but we'll see if I have these. I don't know that I have Chaos Bleeds. Nope. Buffy. I definitely don't have Buffy. You know what? Hold me to it. Next time I show the RG Slide on camera, I will get those loaded on tonight, and then whether it be a video, a live stream, or what have you, I'll make sure at least they're on this card for the next time. We also have more content for this from other people on the team, so maybe I can talk them into it. I might have Evil Dead. Let me see. Oh, that's for PS2. Yeah, so I don't have your GameCube requests. I Feel very bad about that now. Evil Dead. I hope I have Evil Dead. Do I not? Oh, no. Okay, let me try Brooktown High. I have a lot of games on this card, but I don't have those ones.
I think my favorite thing about this, I don't know if you touched on it before I jumped on, is once you get the settings correct, I can just slide it open and it turns on.
I like that too. Yeah, just flip it, boom, it's off. Flip it up.
Right.
That's my absolute favorite. I love it. That. And the standby time is fan-freaking-tastic. It does not. I think it loses maybe 1% a day. I want to say maybe 2%.
Wow.
It's not much. It's not.
And so when you close, are you hibernating to close, or are you putting to sleep?
I believe it's hibernation. Yeah.
Because I'll have to try that then. Because I do the other
sleep?
one. It's like sleep. Yeah. Because
I think
I'm always worried that I don't want to put it in hibernation and have something be borked in the background and I come back and it's dead.
No, that's fair. Yeah, I think. Okay, so hibernation probably is better for battery. I didn't know. I didn't know they had sleep. I thought it was only hibernation. Anyways, I'm sorry, Coles. I don't have any of those games today. I don't have them, but I'll make it up to you.
Oh, it's lock screen.
Soon.
So it'll put it, if you close it, it'll take it to the lock screen.
Okay, that makes sense. We're going to do Sega Saturn now for the black frame insertion. I know that's already turned on now for my RetroArch install here. I do have... Oh, no, it's not.
Where's the comment about the...
I think I need to install a Saturn emulator. I feel like Beetle Saturn is going to be our best option here. It's fairly demanding too, but I also know that it's the most accurate. Saturn. What do we want here? You were saying, Pride Tunes, Burning Rangers. We'll do one or the other. Burning Rangers or Princess Crown. And you asked for Princess Crown twice. 2 separate comments about this game. So let me see. Let's see if we have that one. I haven't heard of that game before, so I feel like I won't have it. But maybe. Yeah, I don't have it. But I think... Did I have Burning Rangers? Clearly, I need to load more games on this 2 terabyte card. Failed to load content.
I thought I had Evil Dead.
Let's see. What am I doing wrong here? Do I have the... Okay, I have the BIOS. I should have a Saturn BIOS in there. Unload core.
Some Silver Knight said, Beetle Saturn may be too much for the T820. It's inconsistent on my RG556, but Saturn.emu, Saturn.emu from the Play Store is just the Beetle Saturn core as a standalone.
Right, but it won't have, I don't think that'll have the black frame insertion that we're looking to test.
Oh, that's right. My bad.
That's okay. If not, we'll just do another Saturn game. Okay, let me try another Saturn game. Okay, it's going to drive me nuts.
Stubbs, any word on a custom firmware for the V90S other than Plum OS?
Not yet. We're still waiting on Plum OS to mature a little bit, but I'm excited for it. I'm excited for that.
Oh, I just got my V90S 2 days ago, and because of the slide, I have not used it.
No, I don't want ROMs. No, yes, I do want ROMs. That's what I want. Oh, did I not? Oh, I know why it didn't work. Okay, I didn't set the correct BIOS directory. I'm a dummy. Can't believe this. Calling myself a professional YouTuber. Actually, I never call myself that. Okay, seriously? There we go. Where's my BIOS? Where my BIOS at? There we go. Make sure we save. Okay. Now, load content, start directory, go down to Saturn. We're going to go down to Burning Rangers. And this is going to work, right? Son of a... We're going to load a different Saturn core. Core downloader. This is ridiculous. Ridiculous, I tell you. Okay, give me a Yabo. Give me a Yabows. One of these frickin' things is gonna play the frickin' thing. I wonder if it doesn't like the CHT. Okay, so Beetle Saturn's a no. Yeah, I feel like Yaba. Bad content. Maybe the ROM I have is just bad. Vlog myself later. You're laughing at me, Andrew.
Yeah, I haven't heard that phrase in a while from anybody.
I'm gonna do frickin'... Dude, what is going on with my RetroArch here? This is killing me. This is killing me softly.
We're professionals, guys.
What is going on? I did not prepare for Saturn today either. In the title of the video, I said we're doing PSP, we're doing Vita, and we're doing PS2. Damn it. I haven't even... Have we even done PS2?
I mean, you can switch to me. I'm playing some King Kong at the moment.
Oh, yeah. I'll switch to you. We have... yeah. We're gonna... I don't know. I need a drink of water. Oh.
Come on. I hate this part of having to rotate these things just to open a gate.
Okay. You know what? I have a question for everybody.
Uh-oh.
If you're in the mood for more content tonight, we could release our next offline podcast episode with Too Loud Tech. It's ridiculous. It is fucking silly. That's one. And it was a lot of fun. Rob and I had a really good time on that episode. I was thinking of releasing it tonight. I don't know, in another hour or two maybe. Or we could do it tomorrow night. But tomorrow you're going to be seeing a lot of RG Slide content hit. So I never know when the strategically right time to drop some of these things are. But it's more like, well, when can I get it done? So I'm thinking, chat, let me know. Do you want more podcast episode tonight, tomorrow, or maybe Saturday?
I want this big ass crab to die.
Get that stupid crab, man. You have the cinematic mode on, so if you go into your menu, you can tell it to switch to the 4x3 mode. The game menu.
Oh.
You can get more screen real estate, I'm saying. They were trying to be super cinematic with this game. So for some reason, they're like, do you want to remove a third of the game screen as the default option?
It's probably Jack Blatt's fault.
Yeah.
Oh my.
Now you get
Let's
the full.
go.
Yeah, right? Isn't it look so much better?
Yeah, I don't have to like squint.
Yeah, exactly. This game's been running pretty well. Are you running at a 2x in Vulkan or a 1x?
I'm running here. Let's take a look. And
Oh, you're an OpenGL. Oh no.
yeah, so apparently I'm not even running the game right.
Yeah, this chipset, the T820, does not like OpenGL. Some games are okay in OpenGL, but for the most part,
save so in case it crashes.
you should get a lot. Yeah, you should get a nice frame boost from Vulkan.
It's been looking pretty smooth though.
Well, then it's good, and you don't have to touch it. But
no, I'll touch it. I'll just the tip.
I bet OpenGL at 1x probably isn't too much of a problem.
All right, Vulkan.
I bet you could do 2x though at Vulkan.
2x native.
Oh, you know what? I was testing this game on the last live stream, and this is one I've been playing on the slide. I have mine at 1.5x for full speed.
Okay.
It'll do 2x, but you're gonna get dips in any action sequences.
For surprisingly, I didn't automatically just turn on the overlay.
Oh, okay.
So I gotta screw it.
Chat.
Whatever. So is this actually Jack Black's voice in the game?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, they were trying to tie this into the movie so tightly. They did a pretty good job. The likeness for Naomi Watts and Jack Black, and
yeah, I did notice that. Like the likeness is pretty good.
Yeah, and you're playing as Adrian Brody's character.
Okay.
Terran
Never seen this before.
It's a pretty good movie. Well, or rose tinted glasses. I remember it being pretty good at the time in 2005. RG557 for $213, Pocket 5 for $184, Odin 2 Portal for $329. All I care about is PS2, GameCube, and below, and a decent battery life. Sorry if I missed your answer before. I want flawless PS2. Okay. Flawless PS2, what I consider flawless is being able to run every game in the library at 2x resolution, or even 3x resolution. In general, the Snapdragon 865 in the Retroid Pocket 5, the Flip 2, RP Mini is pretty damn good. I mean, I'm not going to call it flawless, but it's pretty damn good. Once you step up to the Snapdragon 8 Gen 2 in the Odin 2 Portal and the Odin 2 and Odin 2 Mini, that I would consider flawless at that point for PS2. Absolutely. Yeah. So, I mean, right there, you're saying you want to spend $330 for flawless PS2. You could do that. You could spend less though. Like you could get an Odin 2 or an Odin 2 Mini, and not spend. Well, I guess with tariffs and whatnot, you're going to be spending over $300 regardless. So, Odin 2 Portal. That's my vote out of your options. Yeah. But I think if you're okay with like a 2x resolution on pretty much every PS2 game, Pocket 5.
Yeah, that 865 does pulls a lot of weight.
And the RG557 is no slouch. In the D8300, I want to say that PS2 was one that it was pulling off pretty well. It's not flawless, but it goes toe-to-toe with the 865, maybe even better in some games. The problem with the 557 for me is the sticks are comically small for the size of the handheld. The OLED has pretty bad PWM flicker. Not that you would care about that unless you were sensitive to it. And there is a gamma fix for that I should be coming. Maybe it's already here.
Yeah,
no, he has it for the 556.
Oh, okay.
The 557 just isn't widely supported yet by the community. That's the problem. You're going to get a lot more community support in rallying around the Retroid and the AYN options right now. Oh, and you want decent battery life? I mean, Android in general is going to be pretty good. But out of those options, most power efficient should be the Odin. Yeah. Snapdragon 8 Gen 2. I think
most battery efficient between what?
between a 865, 8 Gen 2, and a D8300.
Yeah, it'll be the 8 Gen 2.
It should be 8 Gen 2. The D8300 I know is trying for that power efficiency, but I don't know that we're there yet.
The newer Dimensity chips, like the one Samsung used in the Galaxy Tab S10, they really did a lot of work in that department. But the 8300, I don't think is close enough to that just yet.
Yeah. It'll get there.
Yeah.
I feel like once the community gets a hold of it and works on this chipset a bit more, we'll definitely get there. Getting Gamma OS really is going to help. Really is going to help the 557 out.
Did he get through the? Did he get the bootloader unlocked yet?
I can't remember right now on the 557. Okay. He's working on the 556 right now, or at least the T820. So I'm sure we're going to see Gamma love on this RG Slide before we see it on the 557. So there's another point in the RG Slide's favor. Man, getting Gamma OS on any device automatically really boosts my recommendation for any device. It's like, you're going to be taken care of. You're going to be taken care of with Gamma. You're going to be getting the best battery life on the device possible. You're going to be getting a bunch of quality of life fixes. You're going to be getting a clean, pure build of Android in general. Gamma works magic, and I recommend supporting him through his Patreon and following his work. It's just, he saves these devices time and time again. So I think the 557 will be coming if he can get that bootloader, get everything going. I don't think we're there yet. Then again, I haven't checked the Discord news in the last day or two, and a lot moves in 24 hours around here. Jen Ree, this is interesting. Is it me or the black border on the right side slightly wider than the left side? So yeah, Russ pointed this out originally, Russ's wife actually, that the screen is not centered on the device. You see that? So you get on the left side right now, yeah, you are getting more bezel than on the right side. It's not centered, and that will drive particularly OCD people insane.
I completely forgot about it until you just brought it up.
I also forgot about it, so I guess it's not a deal breaker for me. I think it would be cool if you got like a sticker from Sakura Retro Mods or something, a sticker, and placed it over that bottom bezel to even it out. You know, you could say PSP Go or something. That'd be a cool use of that extra space. Until then, you do have uneven sides. Not great. John, can you play media like YouTube and Spotify when it's closed? Yeah, you totally can. Just set it to not go to sleep when you slide it down, and then you can use it as a regular phone, basically, for phone touch screen. It's just an Android device at that point. Yeah. I will play Princess Crown Pride Tunes. I will download this game, and I will learn all about that. I'd like to get more into the Saturn library. Andrew, are you able to get Sega Saturn working? Do you have any Saturn? Do you have Yaba on there? Even the standalone app to show it, to at least show Saturn? I know it comes built in with Saturn. BFI is something we showed on the first stream. If you wanted to see it, we actually showed quite a bit, if I recall.
Give me. I can put it on here. I have my ROMs folder open on my computer. You give me like 2 seconds.
Okay. I'm just going to answer chat questions.
There it is. Because this is another thing that drives me nuts is I cannot get the microSD card out without a tool.
Same.
I can't even get it out with my finger now.
Russ was making fun of me. He's like, there's nothing wrong with the microSD card slot. And I'm like,
Russ has dainty fingers. And nobody heard that from. Yeah.
If you got
I
big,
didn't say that though, Russ. It was banned.
Yeah. If you got big meaty palms like me and Andrew, it's tough to get the microSD card in and out. It really is. I had to use a tool also. I used, I think, a paper clip and then a pair of tweezers once. It's a tiny hole, and you have to get your little, it's deep. It's a deep hole and
deep tiny hole.
Deep tiny hole. It's an annoyance.
New band name.
I know. Not that you're going to be pulling the SD card in and out all day, but for me, man, I keep one SD card loaded, ready to go, and I just switch between my Android devices. Then I can keep it up to date easier than trying to maintain a bunch of different ones.
What Saturn games do you want me to put on here?
Princess Crown.
Okay.
If we can show Princess Crown. And while, if you're loading stuff on, man, if we could load on the requests from the Super Chat. I think there was Buffy the Vampire Slayer for GameCube. I want to say Chaos Rings? Chaos Blood? Something? Chaos something for GameCube. And there was, for PS2, Evil Dead.
Okay.
Andrew to the rescue. I don't have my ROM library down here. While you do that, I'll do something over here.
Just look pretty.
I want to play a PS2 game.
Do it. I don't know why I say it like that.
Do it. Legends of Wrestling.
Of course. I should have known you were going to play a wrestling game.
Not that one. I wanted to play Twisted Metal. Wait a minute. We were going to play Rogue Galaxy.
Yeah, that is one.
ADHD. Come on now. 1.5x. Let me get that frame counter on.
Burning Rangers was one?
Burning Rangers was for Saturn. That's right. Burning Rangers and Princess Crown.
Princess Crown.
And maybe it doesn't like CHD files. I don't know. I'm a CHD-aholic, and I need help.
Yeah, because they're so much smaller.
Smaller the better. Fits better.
I was about to say something, but I'm not going to say it.
Yeah, just leave it be.
You know what? I'm going to play Die Hard Arcade instead.
That's fair.
Just kidding.
All right, here we go. Rogue Galaxy. Since it's an RPG, I don't normally showcase those because they usually have super duper long intros. And yeah, I could prepare save files to, but we'll get there one day. Remember when I said this was going to be an 1.5-hour stream?
I did not know you said that.
I never said exactly. I never said it. That's exactly why I never said that. To not look dumb right now.
Well. We still got 100 people, 180 people watching too.
Well, 180 people. This is your show. There's.
What were the other ones again? I gotta find the chat.
Okay. No, I can tell you. I remember for sure it was Buffy the Vampire Slayer, which I would love to see for GameCube. This game is not having a good time. You guys aren't kidding. Buffy the Vampire Slayer for GameCube and Evil Dead for PS2. That's what we want right now.
Forgive my clicky keyboard.
Can we do a 1x for Rogue Galaxy? We cannot. We cannot do a 1x. Remember earlier when I was saying perfect PS2 and all that? I don't want to say that now. I want to look at Rogue Galaxy on those devices that we were comparing before I say perfect or flawless or whatever the wording was. This is not one I normally test, so it's one I'm going to start to test now. That's very interesting. That's pretty bad. Let's do a 0.75 underscale.
How bad was it? I wasn't paying attention.
Oh, it's bad. We're getting 20 FPS, I think. Is that right? Or am I seeing 40? Is G or V the number to look at on their performance metrics here? Anyways, it's running about 60% speed. So we are in slideshow territory. Let's do a 0.5x. You probably already all knew this, didn't you? You've tried this on the other T820s, and you knew what you were putting me through here. Look at this. Even at the lowest under res option, we're not hitting full speed. There's other tips you can do in Nether SX2. This is version 3668 of Nether, which should be the best option. We could do things like underclocking and, cycle skips and all that to get it, but we're not going to mess. Once we start getting into those sorts of mods and changes, I just won't play the game. Like, I just move on with my life. So yeah, this does not run Rogue Galaxy well at all. That's a terrible experience. It looks nice, but
yeah. For the record, I was playing King Kong on the what's the other one? Force 417. The other one, the newer version.
Mm-hmm.
Not the 36681 one.
4268, 4248.
Yeah, whatever the one with the 4.
We're gonna do Twisted Metal.
I'm working on getting the stuff ready for
Twisted Metal Head-On Extra Twisted Edition. This game's cool because it has a unreleased demo of this game called Lost. I think it's called Lost Harbor. Something like that. It was basically the sequel to Twisted Metal Black. They never released it. It had a section where you could play as Sweet Tooth on foot. And it would have been really interesting. Twisted Metal Lost. Yeah, check this out. Ice cream buds. Do we know the price? We do know the price. $179.99 for the first few days during the pre-order period, and then it goes up to $189.99. So under $200. I'm gonna stand up for this. Yeah, come on, Sweet Tooth Man. Looking good in frame rates for this.
I forget that those are buttons.
Gonna do a 2x. That looks nice. Rob really bailed on us today. Get out of here, Rob. See you on the podcast on Monday. We're going to have words, sir. No, that's all good. It's all good, bro. Gotta have 3 things on each side. Yeah, this looks nice. Catch up on chat real quick. Do you want to see... What do you want to see? What do you want to see? We wanted to talk about Android, right? I might have Zenless Zone Zero ready to go now. Let's see. I feel like I downloaded the rest of that the other day.
Swore that I had it. So this is the problem when you have a massive library of games, is that you have multiple hard drives for stuff.
That's what she said. I hope that was for something funny. I don't know. How does the video out work? So yeah, Andrew got that working. It's over USB-C. So if, yeah, you're going to either need an adapter or I'm not sure how Andrew had that set up.
It was just the the display that I was using, it was just USB-C to USB-C.
Oh, that's easy.
But not every screen's going to be like that.
Thackeray, if you have something bigger than 6 inches, then it's less portable. Yeah, agreed. Definitely. Which is why the Switch 2 is cool, but I think maybe it's a little big. If I'm honest, it's a little big. Nights into Dreams is a good option. Yeah, that's a great game. Hey, look at this. Ugh. Well, we'll let it download for a minute. How about that? Well, Andrew's waiting, and I'll answer some more of your questions. Let me know your questions. Either SX2 or Nether. Nether all the way, man. Nether Classic. For sure. They just released a new version 2.0 of that, too. I know this chipset can't play dual hearts, but Rogue Galaxy. Now, I'm sure there's a particular configuration out there that people have figured out to get Rogue Galaxy working at full speed. I'm not going to mess with that today, though. I feel like it should work at 1x with Vulkan drivers on Nether SX2 Classic. So, no. Did you try performance mode? Yes, we do have performance mode on the device. Hey, Matt Davis. What's up, man? I do have Rally Car WRC on here. Forever and forever from now on, in case you're ever on a stream. So we can have that at the ready. Ship to Arcanian or render? I do have, I think, Ship to Arcanian on my SD card I could load on. Yeah. Render 96, I can't remember what that is.
It's Super Mario 64.
Oh, okay. It's all good, Stubbs. No, you are all good. You're the best, Stubbs, says Matt Davis. No, you're the best, Stubbs, Matt Davis. I'm the best, Matt Davis.
I'm
backwards.
Ron Burgundy?
Backwards. I'm Ron Burgundy? Cole, Stubbs, do you think the price is fair for the slide? Also, the Evil Dead game was Evil Dead Regeneration. Oh, okay. Evil Dead Regeneration. I'd love to see Grim Valor for Android gameplay. Now, that is a request that I can fulfill. See you later, Zenless Zone Zero.
Grim Valor. Oh, that game's
I love
awesome.
Grim Valor. Yeah. Oh, it's so good. This game is so, so good. And it's free, I think, if you get the Play Pass. It's like $4 or $5 a month, so totally worth it. And the game itself, to buy on its own, is not that much money. Also, sorry if you keep seeing my boo-boo on my thumb. I keep that off screen. I burnt myself on a hot pan. It was ouch.
Ouch.
It was. I didn't love it.
I can imagine. At least you're okay, though.
I'm fine. It takes more than that to take me out. Yeah, Grim Valor is fantastic. I'm gonna die right now. I'm a little out of practice. Oh God. Flame Records. Why are your thumbs different? The age-old question that comes up on every video and live stream of all time on this channel. Well, you see, when a man and a woman love each other very much, they might have a son. His name's me, Stubbs. And through genetics, a freak accident, or I don't know what, I've come to understand that my thumbs, are different lengths. So one's shorter. They call it a club thumb. People don't like it.
Is that actually what it's called?
Yep.
Oh,
that's what it's called.
I did not know.
Yep. It upsets people on YouTube every day. Okay, I gotta remember How do I get past this part? I gotta hit these things. Ah, dang it. Okay, yeah, you gotta hit these, Ah, no. Screw it. I'm just gonna run up the freaking wall.
Do it.
No, 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 no. No. No, you die first. No, you die first. Come on. I don't want to embarrass myself in front of the audience. Come on. Yeah, no Grim Valor is fantastic. So there you go. It runs great. It feels and it feels great too. The controls are really good on this for Android games. I'm noticing, especially for the touchscreen too. I like that. Silver, it makes you feel any better. I have issues with my pinkies. My right pinky is a good inch longer than my left. Makes gripping things strange. Yeah, you should be good at guitar though. You know, some guitar chords having a longer pinky could really come in handy.
Oh man,
Guardian.
that would be helpful.
It would be. Guardian Beardizer. Stubb's thumb is great for hitchhiker motion and disco dancing. Yeah. You know what it's good for, though? It's good for slapping the bass, honestly. Having a thumb that's a little shorter is good for bass guitar. It's good for some platformers. Like I can mash buttons ridiculously fast in some games like Mario or Mega Man because there's less travel for me. If that statement makes any sense, I don't know. Flame RG Slide looks like a cool device. Yeah, man. It's pretty sweet. Matt Davis, I would legitimately never have noticed if no one had mentioned it. They don't match, but they're both fine looking thumbs. They're well manicured. They're fine. Thanks. Thanks. Thank you for accepting me. I finally feel accepted for my biology. Dara Sim, kind of disappointed. Wish it was smaller than PSP Go. Not like this. Yeah, it is freaking huge, right? It's freaking huge. I don't have a PSP Go on hand, but it is much bigger than a PSP Go. On the last live stream, which had Rob, the Retro Tech Daddy, and Russ of the Retro Game Core, we were able to see what it looked like next to an actual PSP Go. I recommend watching that. I will try to remember to link that because it is a good deal bigger than those devices. This is very large and bulky and crazy. Raw Feel, at least you have a thumb. I shouldn't laugh at that. I'm sorry if you don't have a thumb. I'm sorry to anybody who's lost a limb. That's not funny. You ever get that phantom thumb syndrome, though? I've heard that's a thing.
What?
Sorry for your lack of thumbs. Coles, Grim Valor is $6.99 to pay for the entire game. Grim Valor is on Switch. Yes, it is. And I think it's on Steam now. Grim Valor feels like an HD version of Salt and Sanctuary. That's a good comparison. Can you try TMMT for GameCube? Stubbs is an alien. Let's get out of here, man. Did we have what else we're covering? Oh yeah, you're loading a few games.
I can load up. I was trying to get Buffy and Evil Dead, but they're not.
You're not.
But I've got Burning Rangers loaded up. So
let's do Burning Rangers. Just make sure.
I gotta make sure the Saturn's set up first.
Yeah, set up Saturn, and I'd like to show at least one BFI example. How about 3DO? No one ever asked for 3DO. My dogs are barking. 1 second.
What's the best core for Saturn?
I believe it's your mom.
Nailed it. Thanks a lot, Stubbs.
Sorry.
This guy, full of jokes.
I'm so sorry.
That was low-hanging fruit.
Beetle Saturn if you're doing RetroArch. Yaba Sanshiro 2 Pro if you're doing standalone. That's my advice.
What?
I'm sticking to it. I'm not a Saturn expert. Don't ask me.
Why? Oh, man.
Why, you want to fight about it?
No. No, Daddy, no.
I'm not your father for the last time. We did the DNA test. You're 30.
Yeah, we did the DNA. We did the DNA test, and you threw away the results before I could see them. So
listen, man, I did not sire a child when I was 5 years old. Because you're what, 35?
I'll be 35 this year. Yeah,
That's impossible.
it's
I'm not
not
your dad.
impossible.
I mean,
It's
I
not
will
possible.
adopt you as my full-grown adult son if you need that validation.
Listen,
I'll
like
I'll
Kevin
even
Garnett
say
said,
I'm proud of you.
anything is possible.
Anything.
Kevin Garnett, Michael Scott, Wayne Gretzky.
Bears beats Battlestar Galactica.
Battlestar. Yes. Oh, that's so good.
So
The
here's
Office is so good.
It is. So here's Cannon Spike on Dreamcast. Whoever was asking for Dreamcast, and this has black frame insertion turned on. Let me see if I'm a freaking liar though. 1 second, because I set up a new version of RetroArch after our stream last time. So let me double check. Well, it's synchronization, right? Oh yeah, it's on. Okay, yep, it's on. Good.
Identity theft is not a joke, Jim. Millions of people suffer every year.
I keep saying that joke to this guy in the Discord who uses my same PFP, which is just the RH logo.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that guy threw me off. Or whoever the person threw me off.
Yeah, I actually friended him to actually ask him to maybe not use that exact profile picture, but I was like, whatever, it's fine. It's kind of funny. He talks completely different than me, so I'm like, yeah, it'd be funny if someone thinks he is me. Game Gear emulation? That'd be crazy. Cannon Spike controls take some getting used to. I like that you can play as Mega Man in Cannon Spike. That's like my favorite part of Cannon Spike. It's a game you can totally beat in under an hour or two. It's just one of those fun arcade style. And actually, it's a little dark on the screen, so let's boost it a bit.
This game features voice navigation system. What?
What are you talking about?
I'm in Burning Rangers, a game I've never played before.
Oh, we got Saturn going. All right, here's Saturn. There you go. Stubbs, how was Vectrex? No, ban. I told you, no. The Retro Game Trader down the street, man, they have a Vectrex in person. I could buy it. I think it's like $500. I'm not going to. Stop asking about Vectrex.
Are they really? Stubbs, you should.
I'm not buying a Vectrex.
Yeah, but who has a Vectrex?
Nobody.
You
Keep
will.
it that way. I don't know. I'm delirious. We should wrap this up. It's almost 2 hours and 30 minutes. What the hell kind of crack
is
are
it
we
really?
smoking? It's freaking 6:30 at night.
Oh,
Stubbs,
no.
Stubbs, ban, stop asking about Virtual Boy. I am not your Virtual Boy. Oh, technically I am your Virtual Boy. You only know me virtually.
You're not a boy, Stubbs.
I'm not a child.
Ban has not.
VR didn't exist until the Oculus or whatever. You know, that Nintendo VR, the Virtual Boy, that was just like red. Just a red Game Boy that you strap to your face.
PrideTunes, what did you make me do? Because I don't know what's happening.
And if you want to, it's too much money to buy these days. If you want cheaper red strapped to your face, just get a Tiger R Zone. $50.
What is the Tiger R Zone?
You don't know what the Tiger R Zone is? For fuck's sake, that's two.
Listen.
Hold on.
Stubbs, have you considered Game.com emulation? What? This is probably the part where I was supposed to turn the volume up so I could hear what they're saying. Okay. Well, there's your
This
really
is the Tiger R Zone. I have the instruction manual. Here, it's made by Tiger Electronics, 1995. This is for Battle Arena Toshinden, the current video game I have in here. Here's the controller. Perfect controller. Okay. They peaked. How can you beat this controller? Look at these.
Oh, that is awful.
Look at those buttons, man. You can store an extra game cart in there, and you can strap it to your belt, so you can walk around. You're the R Zone guy, and then the best part, of course, is the actual headset.
Oh, this thing. I remember now because I memed it back in my meming days.
And you can be part of the. I owned one of these when I was a kid instead of the Virtual Boy, and it was so cool. And you have this, red monochromatic display that would show on your one eye, and you could hold the controller. You
could actually play games like that.
Yeah, I had like 3 or 4 games for this: Battle Arena Toshinden, a Batman game, a Star Wars game, and did I say Batman game? Yeah.
You did.
Anyways, Jurassic Park, I think, was the other one. It's basically like their Tiger Electronics handhelds, but I just flipped you off. I'm sorry. I meant
that's fine. I appreciate it.
But red to make it look like a Virtual Boy. It's the Virtual Boy we had at home, and you had this strap that said R Zone that you could strap to your freaking face, and it would stay there. This one's actually kind of broken, and the battery compartment's corroded. So
how much did you pay for it?
I paid like $30 for this one. It's for parts, but I think I can fix it up if I clean the corroded battery part. So it's a project one of these days.
Yeah, but that's an affordable project.
Yeah, and if I were to get a Virtual Boy, man, it would be, I don't know, what do those go for? Like $300, $400, $500 more?
I don't know. Ask eBay boy in the chat. He's probably got 35 tabs for all the different mini PCs.
You didn't know you were joining a Tiger R Zone stream. Very sorry for this. Here's the RG Slide.
It's loud. So it's loud.
Silver Knight. Oh my God, I remember that thing. That's right. There were dozens of us. Dozens. You were over 9,000. Yeah, it's just their handheld electronic strapped to your face with red instead of black and white. $300 to $400 for the Virtual Boy. See, too much money. Tiger R Zone is $20 at GameStop. Yeah, that seems about right. Well, Felix, wait, how much is this? Will it replace my PSP Go? You could play yes, you can play PSP games on this. It's much bigger than a PSP Go. It's $180. Bro, everyone knows the Tiger R Zone. They better. Now we're talking about browsers. Derek, pull out my Kinhank. I'm not going to Kinhank shame you. 12 terabytes. Ban. Stubbs, have you considered game.com emulation? Ban. Have you considered D's nuts? Sorry. I need to get off stream. I'm getting hungry. I'm getting hangry. Guardian. VR started with the Tiger R Zone. That's right. I love that. Tax deduction. I'm not buying a Vectrex.
Do it.
Or a Jaguar. How's N-Gage on this? Now that's something I can show you if you want.
No, you can't, Stubbs. We're going to be here till...
I'm not going to load N-Gage. It looks like an N-Gage, though. It's a lot of real estate left over. I don't really recommend it, but it's kind of cool at the same time.
I like the pattern that they cut out in the back here.
Enough chit-chat. Let's get out of here. Andrew, what are your final thoughts? Since I don't think you have your review coming out tomorrow, right?
It sounds like I need to, but...
Well, you could put out something. I don't know. Not going to force you.
I'll put out all right.
Just put out. We have to launch on launch day to get the hype RG Slide.
I like the sliding mechanism.
Yes.
It is chunky, so I don't know how I don't know if this is something that I will put in my pocket. Especially because I'm a foldable phone carrier, so like I usually have. Right now, I'm using the Pixel Fold, but I'm going to be switching back to this bad boy. Stubbs is doing his pocket ability test. And Stubbs is leaving me behind to close the stream, apparently.
Yep.
I'm confused about why they did the clicky R2 and L2, but not, like, the buttons feel different. The L2, R2, and L1, R1.
Yeah.
I wish that these buttons were colored. Like I did I modded the 406H with the buttons that were not white. Sticks are fine. Except for, I don't know if you guys can see this. Do you see? See that little tear in there?
What in the world? Do I have that? Mine doesn't have that.
The other one's fine.
Yeah, mine doesn't have that.
So I don't know what happened, but it came out of the... That's the first thing I noticed when I looked at the sticks.
Oh, really? Yeah, you got a little blemish on yours.
Huh. Yeah, I don't know. And I'm not taking it apart until after my review's done to see if it's just like the... Because they put like a piece of plastic to help glide it. I'm not going to do anything with that till after I'm done with my review. No, it's more comfortable to hold than I thought it would be. I like the way it feels in my hand more than the RP5, which is not something I expected.
Wait, you find it more comfortable than the RP5?
Yeah.
Wow. That's a...
I think it's a like a weight because it sits in my hand. Like I don't have to hold it.
Yeah,
it sits there.
That is true. There is a certain comfort if you're not using the shoulders too much.
Yeah. Now, nice. Like when I was playing through King Kong and playing Dino Crisis, it is a bit of a pain because I haven't had this for super long, so like I'm not used to having to deal with this shenanigans yet. It is too heavy, but it makes sense because Anbernic didn't cheap out. This is metal. That mechanism is a hefty boy.
Yeah. And Andrew, how do you pronounce Jaguar?
Jaguar.
Yeah, I guess maybe it is an American thing. Anyways.
It's not Jaguar.
Jaguar? That's acceptable? Jaguar? Dude, I'm going to come over to your house and Jaguar.
Please do.
My man said Jaguar. Yeah, us Americans and our crazy accents.
Jaguario. There we go. Ben nailed it. But yeah, if you guys have something you want to see, hit us up in the Discord, like for the review. Hit us up in Discord or leave a comment on the video, and I will try my best to write about it. And I won't make Zoo do anything because I can't make Zoo do anything.
Maybe you could feature Buffy the Vampire Slayer for GameCube.
I think it's I thought it was PS2.
Oh. I don't know.
If somebody can confirm PS2 or King, so I know which one to look for.
I feel like Buffy the Vampire Slayer is... I like the movie, but the show, I don't know if I was into it. I know that's sacrilegious, but yeah.
I think there was one reason that a lot of guys were into it.
Yeah.
It had nothing to do with the plot.
It was similar to what that one person's username was earlier.
Yep.
Titty11. Okay, so now
you just couldn't you couldn't bring it up without saying it.
We need to leave. We're
we're
wasting people's precious time. Listen, everybody. RG Slide goes on sale tonight, 3 a.m. Pacific, 6 a.m. Eastern, so basically tomorrow. June 20th, it's available for $179.99 for the first few days, and then it goes up to $189.99. It will be on AliExpress as well. Stay tuned for the links. We're going to be dropping them in all of our RG Slide related content. I'll make sure to put out a social media post tonight, or rather our team will put out posts. You'll hear all about it. Don't worry. Don't worry.
Don't act like you're not going to be awake.
Yeah, I got to get some sleep. I got to not stay up past 1 in the frickin' morning anymore watching stupid wrestling documentaries.
That's sacrilegious. Don't say that.
You know what I'm watching now, man? I'm watching this damn WWE treasure hunters. Like they're going out on a road trip to find old relics from their history.
Don't do that. Don't do that, because then that you're going to try and become that, and this is going to go from retro handhelds to WWE relics.
If I start collecting wrestling memorabilia, that's when you know that it's time to just end whatever this is.
Did you watch?
Do here?
We'll talk. We could keep going. I won't ask questions.
Stop. Why are we talking about wrestling? Is the RG Slide is I'm still a mixed bag on it. I like the slide mechanism.
Correct.
And in general, the D-pad centric stuff feels good. The stick stuff, honestly, my favorite thing on this so far has been playing PlayStation Vita, especially Borderlands. That was super smooth. And Batman, man, Vita feels great on this. PSP feels great on this. PS2 is fine. You know, it's so damn subjective per person and what your preferences are. It's such a weird one, but yet it's the only one of its kind if you want an emulation handheld that has a sliding mechanism that you don't want to pay $900 or $1,000 for an INEO slide. Where else are you going to get this form factor? It is the only one. Therefore, it accomplishes what it set out to do. It is large, it is chunky, it's heavier than I would like it to be at 380 grams versus the original PSP Go. I like what they're doing. I want to see them cook. I would love to see a new version of this, making smaller, giving us an OLED screen, giving us a more performant chipset, even if they need to price it a bit higher. I think if you're doing this idea, you might as well take it all the way. Take it all the way home. I think there will be a lot of market interest in a device like that. As it stands, I think it's a cool experiment, and I don't know that it's one I'm going to be enjoying long term. And that's where I'm coming away with it. I guess my views really haven't changed much since 2 weeks ago, but that's where I'm at with it.
Can you imagine if this had a Snapdragon?
That'd be nuts.
These nuts.
That'd be sweet. So, if you were going to buy this, you already know if you were going to buy this before this stream even started. This stream probably didn't change your mind at all. Because where else are you going to get it? So, check it out in the description. Blah, blah, blah. Let's get out of here. Andrew, thank you for joining me. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for doing your thing. Once again, I want to thank you all so much for watching. Sorry. Subscribe for more. Like, comment, do all the YouTuber things. Thank you for hanging out with us today. Almost 3 hours. And thanks to all of our patrons, our subs, our Patreon members, channel members, for making everything here possible for us. Perks with RH start for as little as $3 a month. Join us in our Discord to chat and play some video games. And join us on our next offline podcast with Too Loud Tech that will be launching maybe tonight, maybe tomorrow, pretty soon, probably tomorrow. Until then, this has been Stubbs on behalf of Andrew saying, tell Rob the Retro Tech Dad if he's going to show up to stream that he should stick to doing it. I don't care if his internet goes out. You can find a way. Nature found a way. That's how Jurassic Park happened. Take care of your handhelds. Take care of each other.